9 seed Miami and number 16 California. Miami was the hottest team in the ACC entering the final weekend of ACC play, winning 10 straight games in the ACC, including a series win over Duke at home, sweeping the ACC regular season champions Georgia Tech at Mark Light Field, and going 2-0 against NC State. However, since beating the Wolfpack on May 3rd, Miami had to cancel a game due to weather, a win at home against FIU, Virginia, and lost their final ACC regular season series against Notre Dame 2-1. However, their one win was a 15-1 run rule win against the Fighting Irish, so the bats aren't quite hot, but they're simmering. Speaking of Cal, the Golden Bears finished in last in the ACC, going 9-21 in league play. Cal has won, though, 4 of its last 7 games following a season-long 9-game losing skid. The Bears had their largest break of the season over the first 5 days in May before starting their current stretch with a May 6th win at Pacific. Cal also had a win over the number 2 team in the country, Florida State, in a series victory over Boston College when the Bears took 2 of the 3, walking off the Eagles twice in their final regular season series of 2025. The question for Cal is, are they adjusted to the East Coast? Unlike Stanford that played their final regular season series on the road at NC State, Cal finished their regular season at home. The Golden Bears traveled 2,810 miles just to be here this morning in Durham, North Carolina to keep their season alive. When we come back, Paul Roper gives you the starting lineups and first pitch of Game 1 of Day 1 of the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship. Stay tuned right here on the ACC Baseball Championship.
Here's a fresh tip. 2's better than 1. It's why we shop Food Lion. They've got the items our family buys most, priced low every day, and they have weekly hot sales to save us even more. So the deals are
twice as nice.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Hey there. Guess who just found another way to save more money by switching to Food Lion private brand? And they have so many affordable items. Fajita nachos coming up. And my family loves it. That's all I need to hear.
Welcome back to Durham, North Carolina, as we get ready for the first game of the ACC Baseball Championship. Paul Roper and Zach Burhands with you. Now, without further ado, today's starting lineups will start with the Cal Golden Bears, the 16th seed in this year's ACC Baseball Championship. They were 22-30 in the regular season, 9-21 in the ACC. And here is the lineup from head coach Mike New, who is a Miami alum. He'll lead things off with the second baseman, Jared Advincula, who is all-ACC second team. He'll be followed by the shortstop, P.J. Mutsaritas. He bats second. Dominic Smaldino's at first base, batting third. He's their leading power hitter with 11 home runs and 43 RBI. Jacob French is in right field. He'll hit cleanup. Carl Schmidt is the left fielder. He'll bat fifth. Max Handren is a designated hitter, batting sixth. Cade Campbell's at third base. He'll bat seventh. Alex Burge hits eighth, playing catcher, and rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, is the center fielder, Ethan Kadama. Advincula, Mutsaritas, Smaldino, French, Schmidt, Handren, Campbell, Burge, and Kadama. The starting lineup for the Cal Golden Bears. And now here's the lineup for the Miami Hurricanes. They come in with a record of 31-23, 15-14 in the ACC. They were shorted a game in conference play this year, and by effect, were able to win that 9th seed as a result, thanks to having a better win percentage in conference play. But had they played that 30th game, it's possible they could have snuck into the 8th seed ahead of Wake Forest, who will be able to get the bye as a result coming into tomorrow. Here's the lineup from J.D. Arteaga in his second season leading the Hurricanes. Leading off will be Jake Ogden, the shortstop, followed by Max Galvin at left field. Daniel Cuvée, one of the nation's top power hitters with 16 homers and 76 RBI, is playing third base. He'll hit third. Dorian Gonzalez Jr. is the second baseman. He'll hit cleanup. Behind him, batting fifth, is the catcher Tanner Smith. Bobby March is the DH, hitting sixth. Renzo Gonzalez is batting seventh, playing first base. Fabio Peralta plays right field. He'll hit eighth. And rounding out the lineup is the center fielder, Michael Torres. Ogden, Galvin, Cuvée, Gonzalez Jr., Smith, March, Gonzalez, Peralta, and Torres. The batting order for the Miami Hurricanes. And Griffin Hughes will be the starting pitcher for the Hurricanes today. They're wearing all whites with Canes written across the front and green trimmed in orange. White caps with green bills. And here's the defensive alignment behind Hughes. Galvin in left, Torres in center, Peralta right around the horn from third to first. The infield, Cuvée, Ogden, Gonzalez Jr., and Renzo Gonzalez. And Smith catching Hughes, who is 5-6. With an ERA of 3.92, making his 15th start and 78 innings pitched, has allowed 38 runs. All but 4 of those are earned. Off 68 hits, walking 29, striking out 84. Batters hitting .234 against the right-hander who stands at 6'1", a transfer from Cincinnati. So we're about to get underway, and it's very exciting to start this new format. One that some might say was a long time coming, as more and more conferences are shifting away from either a pool play or a double elimination format. But now it's win and go home. All you have to do is survive and advance. For a team like Cal, it gives them an opportunity to maybe perhaps make a run. In pool play, they would have been behind the 8-ball. In fact, they wouldn't even have made the field under the old format. But they could sneak in a win here today. You never know what could happen. This is a format that can cause some chaos throughout the country.
You gotta love that, Paul. Just a little bit of chaos. You're going just over 2,800 miles away. Let's play some baseball.
Mike New, who has got a record of 209 and 183 as the head coach of Cal. He's in his 8th season. Played for Cal in the late 90s, as did J.D. Arteaga. This is his counterpart on the Miami bench. The Golden Bears wearing all grays today, with navy blue numbers trimmed in gold. Cal script in the left front pocket, as we see on our side of the batter's right. They got navy blue caps with the Block C logo in gold.
Fans are starting to funnel in as we're here to play some baseball.
Very early wake-up call here. A 9:02 first pitch. It is 6:02 in Berkeley as Advincula takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1-0. Advincula, left-handed hitter, batting .347, 6 home runs, 32 RBI. Second team All-ACC. Hails from Santa Clara, California. Line to the 1-0, and Advincula hits this one towards center, but not deep. Torres, 20 feet in front of the track. A few steps in, will make the catch, as Advincula is retired on 2 pitches for the game's first out. That brings up the shortstop, P.J. Mutsaritas. Right-handed hitter, hitting .257 with 3 homers and 26 RBI. Hughes working on the third base side of the rubber, starts his wind in his first offering. It's a bunt. Mutsaritas to the left side of the diamond. No chance for Cuvée, as Mutsaritas is aboard with a bunt single. That gets the Cal bench excited on the first base dugout. So Mutsaritas aboard with a perfectly placed bunt. Cal has their first base runner with 1 out.
Mutsaritas is so fast out the box. As a righty, you really have to lay down a bunt perfectly down as he did, and he beat it out without even a throw. It's just one of those guys. You got to watch him.
And he's 7 of 10 in stolen base attempts this season. That brings up Dominic Smaldino, right-handed hitter. First pitch he sees is a fastball in the inner half at 91 miles an hour. 0-1 to Smaldino. .268 hitter, 11 home runs, 43 RBI for Smaldino. Runner at first is Mutsaritas, aboard with a bunt single here in the first inning. 0-1 and a swing and a miss. So he waved through an off-speed pitch below the zone. 0-2.
Mutsaritas isn't taking much of a lead at first, so it's good to see the pitchers just focusing on the batter.
Smith's got a good arm behind home plate. As Smaldino awaits the 2-strike pitch, and here it comes from Hugas in the dirt. Nice job by Smith to backhand the ball before it could go to the backstop. Keeps Mutsaritas at first. And the count now, ball and 2 strikes to Smaldino. Hugas set from the stretch, 1-2. Check Swain at a pitch outside. Appeal to the first base umpire, and he certainly held up as Swain. According to Thomas Newsom, we also have a very good angle. Our press box is located behind first base, and you can confirm that Smaldino checked his swing for a 2-2 count. Now it's Mutsaritas extending his lead over at first as Hugas is set and is 2-2. It's fouled off to the third base side over the netting. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You can't be picky when you're in a 2-strike count, and when you're sitting here, you're going to see a little bit of off on a 2-2 pitch. See if we can get a good hit.
2-2. That misses outside.
Just missed.
It didn't miss by much. The counts run full 3-2. You got to look at the replay right there, and that pitch a little bit low.
A little low.
The count now full after Smaldino had fallen behind 0-2. Runner goes in the payoff pitch. It swung on and popped up. Right side of the diamond, Renzo Gonzalez in the foul territory, almost running out of room, but he makes the catch before he crashes towards the netting. For the second out, as Mutsaritas was able to retreat back to first. So there's the second out. As Smaldino is retired, and now Jacob French, left-handed hitting right fielder, steps up to the plate.
French is the best contact guy on this Cal starting lineup. He's hitting .368. He's not a power guy, but he's really good at getting on base for singles.
French batting .368, 4 home runs, 32 RBI.
He's very fast, has 5 triples on the year.
Rounds this one deep into the hole, the right side of the diamond, right to the shift. Dorian Gonzalez Jr. throws to first to retire French. And the Golden Bears here in the first inning. So a good first inning for Garrett Hugas working around the bunt single. As the Golden Bears have no runs to hit and leave one on. We played half an inning. Cal nothing. Miami coming up to bat. This is the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Getting ready for the bottom of the first inning as the Hurricanes will come up to bat with Jake Ogden, Max Galvin, and Daniel Cuvée, and they will face Oliver De La Torre, the right-hander for the Golden Bears, with a 2-4 record of 5.75 ERA. This is his 7th start, his 14th appearance, and in 40 2/3 innings, De La Torre has allowed 28 runs, all but 2 of those are earned off 42 hits, walking 16, striking out 39. Batters hitting .271 off De La Torre this season. 6'4" sophomore from Pleasanton, California. Last time out against Florida State, tossed 4 scoreless innings and got credit for the victory in a 5-0 win of the Seminoles, which has been one of the few bright spots this season for the Golden Bears. They went over a ranked Florida State team, where they were not able to take that series a couple of weeks ago. They do come in on a high note, though. They did take the series against Boston College, close things out for the regular season in Berkeley. As Zach mentioned in our pregame, they come cross-country to play here in the tournament this afternoon. The first offering to Jake Ogden's in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Jake Ogden, right-handed hitting shortstop, batting .357, 8 homers, 30 RBI. Swings through an 0-1 pitch at 92 miles an hour, 0-2.
De La Torre's changeup is so devastating. When he goes to it rather than the fastball, you got to watch out.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. It's fouled off. Went fastball again, but it was fought off by Ogden to the backstop, and the count 0-2. Paul Roper and Zach Burhands with you. Thanks for joining us here on the first day of the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship. 0-2. Ogden grounds this one to the left side of the diamond, fielded by Campbell to third base with to his left, throws across the diamond in time to retire. The former UNCG Spartan Jake Ogden for the first out.
Left fielder, number 7, Max Galvin.
Hurricanes led by J.D. Arteaga in his second season as Miami head coach, 58-53 this season. It was an atypical season last year for Miami. They did not make the tournament for the this year has bounced back nicely. Expected to be in the field this season. As Max Galvin takes a strike on the inner half, 0-1, left-handed hitting junior. And he 3-0 with 5 homers, 31 RBI, fouls off the 0-1 pitch, and the count is 0-2. A swing and a miss at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs for strike 3 as Max Galvin is retired and De La Torre records his first strikeout. Last year, Miami went 27-30. Did go 2-3, or 2-1, I should say, in the ACC Baseball Championship. They won their 2 pool games to advance to the semifinals, but ultimately fell to the Duke Blue Devils, who eventually won the whole thing. First pitch is fouled off by Cuvée. Count 0-1. Cuvée batting .374, 16 home runs, 76 RBI. One of the nation's top run producers. 0-1. Fouls it off again. Cuvée falls behind 0-2. Defensive alignment for Cal, Schmidt, Kodama, and French. From left to right in the outfield, around the horn, Campbell at third, Moutsouridis at short, Advincula at second, Smaldino at first. As Cuvée swings through an 0-2 pitch in the dirt, Burge will have to pick it up and throw to first to complete the strikeout, and that retires the Hurricanes 1-2-3 here in the first inning. A couple of strikeouts in that first frame for De La Torre. Nice start for the Golden Bear right-hander. We've played an inning, no score, as we head to the second inning here at the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
From foul pole to foul pole, listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Head to inning number 2 between the 9th seed Miami and the 16th seed Cal in the first game of the ACC Baseball Championship. Now a single elimination format. opportunity for a team like the Golden Bears to perhaps make a run if things can go their way. Bring up Carl Schmidt, Max Handren, and Cade Campbell. 5, 6, and 9 of their lineup against Garrett Hughes, who gave up a bunt single in the first inning, and will face Carl Schmidt, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. Schmidt, a right-handed hitter, freshman, batting .291, 4 home runs, 24 RBI. Hughes starts as wide to the first pitch of the second inning. It's swung on and hit in the air, right center field. Peralta on the run along with Torres. Torres to the wall, makes the catch, running into the wall in front of Peralta. A lot of ground for Torres to cover. It was a nice job tracking that one down. It was targeted for the gap, but the outfielder's positioned perfectly to allow Schmidt to return to the dugout with that first out.
That's why you put your fastest guy in center field. That's why you do it. He speeding down. He had a backup in the right fielder, but right at the wall, just put the glove up and made the catch. Great play.
That brings up designated hitter Max Handren. Left-handed hitter. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Breaking ball at 80 miles an hour, 0-1. Handren, the senior, batting .250, 9 home runs, 32 RBI. The wind and the 0-1 pitch. This breaking ball that misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Handren. Handren from Glen Ellen, California. Transfer from Santa Rosa Junior College. The 1-1 to him. Swing and a miss. Not catch up to a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and he falls behind 1-2. Now the infield have an extreme shift on him. 3 on the right side of the diamond. The second baseman, Gonzalez Jr., is about 15 feet behind the edge of the infield dirt as Handren fouls off a 1-2 pitch, and the count remains 1-2.
Handren struck out 40 times this season in comparison to only 19 walks. So if there's anyone that knows how to get the K, it's Handren, unfortunately. See if you can battle here in a 1-2.
And here it comes, and he fouls off another pitch. Remains a ball and 2 strikes. And 3 on the right side of the diamond against the left-handed hitting Handren with 2 strikes. The third baseman, Cuvée, is positioned usually near where the shortstop would be. So there's a huge gap on the left side of the diamond. Should Handren somehow find it. Now Hughes starts his wind. Another 1-2 on the way, and this one's hit into the shift on the right side of the diamond. Deep in the hole is Gonzalez in shallow right to field. Throws to first in time to retire Handren. So the Skyder report put to good use on that 2-strike pitch as Handren is retired for the second out.
That's that Miami, we'll call it the Gonzalez square. Gonzalez Jr. is the second baseman, and just Gonzalez is the first baseman, and they have a really good chemistry.
That brings up Cade Campbell, right-handed hitting third baseman. First pitch to Campbell is in there for a strike on the outer half at 80 miles an hour, 0-1. Dorian Gonzalez Jr., senior from Miami, Florida, went to Belen Jesuit. Renzo Gonzalez, also from Miami, but he went to Doral Academy. As the 0-1 pitch is cranked to left center field, that drops in for a base hit. As Torres will have to play it on a hop, so it's a 2-out single for Cade Campbell, who will improve on that .319 average with that 2-out single. The inning continues. Now here's Burge, who's batting .220 with 10 homers, 20 RBI, left-handed hitting catcher. Runner at first is Campbell. 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts this season as the first pitch runs inside for a ball on Burge, 1-0. Outfield playing straight away against the catcher. They've got 3 on the right side of the diamond against him playing the pole. That same shift we saw Handren hit right into earlier. First a check of the runner at the bag, and back in safely is Campbell. So again, Gonzalez Jr. is deep in the hole on the right side of the diamond, about 15 feet behind the edge of the infield dirt. 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Good block from the catcher. Smith prevents Campbell from advancing. Count 2 balls and no strikes to Alex Burge. Hughes set at the letters. Deals the 2-0 pitch. And the batter couldn't hold up on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Tried to check his swing. It's a strike, 2-1. Campbell extends his lead to a second step over first base as Hughes is ready. His 2-1 pitch, runner goes. Pitches in for a strike, throw over to second, goes into center field, and that'll allow Campbell to take third. Here's the throw from the center fielder. It's late as Campbell stands at the third base, so he'll get credit for a stolen base and advance to third on the throwing error by Smith.
And hopefully Ogden's okay. He got his knees taken out underneath him on the slide. It was a clean slide, just wrong place, wrong time. It clipped him on the right shin, and he's walking it off. They're going to have a quick little visit.
It looks like he's okay as he shakes it off, but now with 2 strikes, they have that extreme shift again on Burge with 3 on the right side of the diamond. And the 2-2. Burge cranks this one to right field, backing up is Peralta at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. At the top of the seating deck into the right field bleachers, Alex Burge with a 2-run homer. Put the Golden Bears on the board here in the second inning. It is 2-0 Cal.
That ball cleared the stands. It almost hit the building right behind it. That ball was out. That ball was hit to left field. That's going over the giant wall. But to right in the short porch, blasted it. Well done. 2-0. A 2-out rally for Cal.
And both those hits with 2 outs. A 2-out single to center by Campbell. And Burge with a 2-run homer to the top of the seating area in right field. His 11th home run of the season. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Kadama, who fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 to the left-handed hitting center fielder, batting .353 with 4 runs batted in. You look up and down this lineup. This is a Cal team that doesn't have problem hitting. It's the pitching that's been the issue for them this year. Good bats up and down the lineup. As the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, 1-1, and it's evidenced by the fact that it's batting 8th in this lineup, just hit his 11th home run of the year, which is not too shabby. 1-1 pitch is grounded to the right side of the diamond. It's Gonzalez on one hop. Gonzalez Jr. throws it to Lorenzo Gonzalez for the final out, and that retires the side. But the Golden Bears get 2 runs on 2 hits. The second of those was the 2-run homer by Alex Burge. No one's left on base. We played an inning and a half. It's Cal 2, Miami nothing. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
College softball season is in full swing, and we're just the ones to talk about it. Join me, former Stanford Cardinal and award-winning broadcaster Jenna Becerra and Amanda Lorenz every week as we deliver the latest in college softball on the D1 Softball Podcast. We've got all the latest, whether it is in the circle or in the batter's box. We have interviews with coaches, players, and many more. We'll go through the week's top 25 poll and give our insights, as well as our plays, wins, and whiffs of the week. Let us get you in the know on all things college softball. Listen on d1softball.com and the Varsity Network app.
Head to the home half of the second inning, 2-0 Cal. As Oliver De La Torre will pitch with the lead. Only threw 10 pitches in the first inning, all for strikes in a 1-2-3 inning of Miami. And he's helped out a 2-run homer by Alex Burge with the Golden Bears on the board. And what is a hitter's ballpark, particularly for right-handed batters? 303 to left field with that big wall in left field, the Blue Monster, if you will, here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. 370 to left center, 395 to straightaway center, 375 to right center, 329 down the right field line. As Dorian Gonzalez Jr. will lead things off, first pitch to the lefty batter is low for a ball, 1-0. And of course, there's that famous bull down the left field line. You hit the bull, you win the steak. You hit the grass, you win a salad. As Gonzalez Jr. pops up the 1-0 pitch. Right side of the diamond towards foul territory. Smaldino will haul it in front of his own dugout for the first out. Brings up Tanner Smith, the catcher. Smith batting .248, 3 home runs, 22 RBI. De La Torre starts his wide, and the first offering is bunted. Left side of the diamond, running to grab it down the third base line as Campbell throws to first in time for the out. What a play by Campbell, who barehanded it and threw it across the diamond to retire Tanner Smith. Couldn't take him by surprise with the bunt, and that's the second out.
Great scoop by Smaldino as well. It was a low throw, but when you're off balance and you're going across the diamond, great snag down the bag for the second out.
Not only that, but Smaldino was able to have his tippy toes on the corner of the bag to hold on to first. To pick up that low throw from Campbell. It brings up Bobby Marsh, who takes a first pitch strike at 92 miles an hour across the knees on the outer edge, 0-1. Bobby Marsh, left-handed hitting designated hitter. He's the first of 4 straight left-handed bats at the bottom of the lineup for Miami. Swings through a breaking ball in the dirt, 0-2. Bobby Marsh batting .242, 7 home runs, 39 RBI. 2-0 Cal with the lead, bottom of the second inning. Now there's 3 on the right side of the diamond with 2 strikes. 2-strike pitch from De La Torre. This one's grounded to the left side of the diamond. On the run, it's Campbell. Campbell across the diamond. His throw is a little bit late. Well, Bobby Marsh throws the scouting report right out the window as he got a piece of it to go the other way. It would have been a really tough play for Campbell. Almost made 2 nice plays in a row. Instead, that becomes a 2-out single to continue the inning for Renzo Gonzalez and the Hurricanes.
That's the first hit for Miami, and it's because of the shift. It helps you, it can hurt you. If you beat it, you get on base.
And here's Renzo Gonzalez, batting .231, a homer, 8 RBI, left-handed hitter. From the stretch, De La Torre delivers, and that pitch is outside for a ball, and I believe that is the first one he's thrown outside of the zone. That is a 17th pitch. 16 strikes starting his afternoon, or I should say his morning. Early morning for your Cal. 1-0 pitch runs inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Cal playing what is essentially 6:30 in the morning right now in the Bay Area. Very early start here in Durham, where it's 9:30 local time. 2-0 to Renzo Gonzalez, and the pitch is on the outer black for a strike, 2-1. Runner at first is Bobby Marsh, aboard with an infield single. 2-0 Cal with the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 outs, 2-1 the count. As Marsh has a small lead over at first. Not a threat to steal. Gonzalez takes a strike on the inside corner, went off speed that time to De La Torre, 2-2.
Gonzalez only has 25 ABs, and you got to swing the bat in a 2-2 count. He has 5 hits.
2-2 on the way, and he fouls it off. And 3 on the right side of the diamond on left-handed 2-strike hitters, which is what we've seen from both teams so far. Count 2-2 to Renzo Gonzalez. Bobby Marsh at first, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second, 2-0 Cal, the 2-2 pitch. That just missed outside, not by much. Good eye from Renzo Gonzalez. Count is full, runner will take off at first on this next pitch with 2 outs. Now De La Torre set at the belt. And the payoff pitch to Renzo Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. On him off speed at 81 miles an hour. That's that changeup you were talking about earlier, Zach. As he records his 3rd strikeout to retire the Hurricanes in the second inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We've played 2. The Golden Bears 2. The Hurricanes nothing. You're listening to 2025 ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
Here's a fresh tip. 2's better than 1. It's why we shop Food Lion. They've got the items our family buys most, priced low every day, and they have weekly hot sales to save us even more. So the deals are
twice as nice.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude. Gets up when they fall down and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Hey there. Guess who just found another way to save more money by switching to Food Lion private brand? And they have so many affordable items. Fajita nachos coming up. And my family loves it. That's all I need to hear.
Head to the third inning here in Durham. Golden Bears with a 2-0 lead thanks to the homer to right field by Alex Burge in the second inning. At the top of the order, due up against Garrett Hugas, Jared Advincula, BJ Mutsaritas, Dominic Smaldino, all due up for the Golden Bears in inning number 3. I'm Paul Roper, joined by Zach Burhans this morning. Glad that you joined us. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage throughout the week, and we'll finish things off on Sunday with a champion being awarded. Knock on wood. You don't expect too much issues with the weather. Tomorrow is the worst-looking day of them all. As Jared Advincula will lead things off. First pitch to the lefty batter. And
his strap on his elbow wasn't fastened. He didn't have the Velcro on all the way. So when he took the pitch, it just falls on over home plate.
It looked like from our angle that it hit him, but it did not. It just went inside. It's just, as you said, the strap wasn't on. So it's ball 1-0 from Hugas, and this one's hit in the air. Left center field, but not deep. Galvin in front of the blue monster will make the catch about 10 feet in front of the track for the first out. So Advincula now 0 for 2. He's been retired on a pair of fly ball outs. That brings up PJ Mutsaritas. Again, we talk about this new format. Again, not only are you cramming in 4 games in each of the first 2 days, but what does help, in case tomorrow goes sideways, you now have some leeway to reschedule some of those games Thursday and Friday when there's only 2 games and there would have been 3 games in the past. As Mutsaritas takes the first pitch low for ball 1-0, and we've seen it in a few years when they held the tournament in Louisville and a couple of years ago here in Durham. They had to move games to other sites to try and get them all in. Weather was really a problem in 2023. As Mutsaritas takes a strike on the outside corner 1-1. They had to play one of the semifinals at Botchmer Stadium in Chapel Hill a couple of years ago. 1-1 on the way. Mutsaritas grounds this one to short as Ogden charges infields and throws to first in time to retire Mutsaritas for the second out.
Mutsaritas might be fast. He had that first hit on that bunt on the third base side. Couldn't quite get there this time.
He got aboard with a bunt single earlier, but now 1 for 2 after that ground out to short. Here's Dominic Smaldino, had a pop fly to the first baseman in foul territory in his only at bat. First pitch to him is low for a ball. 1-0 to Smaldino. 2-0. Cal with the lead, top of the third. Bases empty and 2 outs. 3 on the left side of the diamond against the righty hitting Smaldino. 1-0 on the way, and that plugs Smaldino right in the left arm. So Hugas still denied of a clean inning, as Cal has put a base runner in each of these first 3 innings, though. See Smaldino grimacing a little bit. That pitch looked to be in the low 90s, and the trainers will come have a look at the Cal first baseman.
This is where an inning ago it was 2 straight outs for Hugas, and then it was a bloop and a blast. We didn't get the bloop, but we got the hit. You got the runner on first now. That pitch certainly blasts him, and now we got a better angle of that replay. Hit him just above the elbow. In fact, right around where the funny bone would be. We all know it's not funny when you get hit there. And right now they're having him flex his arm. It's his left arm that got hit, just above the elbow.
where there was no padding. Does not choose to have padding there. And right now he's just trying to walk it off to make sure he's good. But keep in mind, it is his non-throwing arm. He's the first baseman. And that might cause some discomfort if he's going to field throws from his infielders. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to continue, but looks like he's going to try and shake this off and continue. As that was a pretty hard shot that he took just above his elbow.
Just shows the grit he has. They traveled over 2,800 miles. He's playing baseball. Might wear an elbow pad next time.
I think he might. Make sure he strapped that on. As the first pitch to Jacob French runs inside, 1-0. Jacob French grinded out to second in his only at bat. 366 hitter at the plate, left-handed hitter, 3 on the right side of the diamond against French. With Gonzalez Jr. deep in the hole, 15 feet behind the edge of the infield dirt. As French swings through an 0-1 breaking ball. Or check that, a 1-0 breaking ball. The count now even at 1-1. Smaldino, the runner at first, has not attempted a stolen base this year. 1-1 on the way, and it's fouled off, and the count moves to 1-2 on Jacob French.
French has a lot of power, but not home run power. He has 4 home runs, but get this, 5 triples.
5 triples, 11 doubles for Jacob French. He has 20 extra base hits this year out of his 67 base knocks. Fights off another pitch, keep the count alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob French, left-handed hitter at the plate. Transfer from San Francisco State. That is a Division II school. 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jacob French.
He's on a 10-game hitting streak as well.
2-2, and takes a pitch upstairs. Count now runs full 3-2 with 2 outs. Smaldino will take off from first. We're in the top of the third. It's 2-0 Cal, looking for another 2-out rally. Both of their hits and runs with 2 outs in the second inning. Hugas set. Payoff pitch on the way, and the dirt ball 4, and the inning continues. A hit by pitch of Smaldino, and now a walk of Jacob French. And that brings up Carl Schmidt, who's 0 for 1 with a fly ball out to the center fielder. And that was a ball that was hit pretty far into the alley in right center. But it was hauled in by Torres. And now we'll have a visit from the Miami dugout. This is pitching coach Laz Gutierrez. We'll have a chat with Griffin Hugas.
Funky guy and you walky guy. Now you got a runner in scoring position.
Griffin Hugas. Pitch count at 42. Now his runners at first and second, 2 outs. Carl Schmidt at the plate. 289 hitter is Schmidt. First pitch to the righty batter is low for a ball, 1-0. Golden Bears looking to make some noise as a 16 seed with a 2-0 lead and looking for more here in the third. Hugas set, deals the 1-0. It's fouled off by Carl Schmidt out of play on the third base side, 1-1. Very few clouds to be found in the sky with temperatures in the mid-60s right now here in Durham. It is a beautiful day for baseball. It should continue throughout the rest of the day. Certainly good to see after it was cloudy throughout most of central and eastern North Carolina throughout Monday. 1-1 the count as Hugas is ready. Looks back at second, deals the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. 84-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch from Hugas that Schmidt got in front of, and the count 1-2.
He made him chase too. That ball was high. That was above the letters.
Now Hugas set, looks back at second. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out with a high heater. That is his first strikeout. It comes at an important time and ends the Golden Bear threat here in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits. They leave 2 on. 2.5 innings in the books here in Durham. It's California 2, Miami nothing. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Head to the bottom of the third inning here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. 2-0 count, the lead over Miami. Paul Roper and Zach Burhands with you. The winner of this game will face the 8-seed Wake Forest tomorrow. Fabio Peralta, Michael Torres, Jake Ogden, 8-9-1 to the order, due up for Miami. Against Oliver De La Torre, has looked solid through his first 2 innings. The big question is, will that continue as he goes through the order a second time? We'll find out as he'll start to go through the order a second time in this inning. And here's Fabio Peralta. Peralta batting .250, 2 homers, 13 RBI. The third of 4 straight left-handed hitters in this lineup for Miami head coach J.D. Arteaga. After this game, it'll be Stanford against Virginia Tech. Pitt and Louisville meet at 5 p.m. and then the day rounded out with Boston College facing Notre Dame. First pitch on the way as bunt was shown. The pitch is up high for a ball, 1-0. De La Torre set, full line from the right-hander, and the 1-0 on the way is in there for a called strike on the inside corner across the knees at 91 miles an hour. 1-1 the count to Fabio Peralta. Ran the right side of the diamond against Peralta. Shows bunt again, pitches upstairs for a ball, and the count moves to 2-1. Miami considered to be solidly in the field according to D1 Baseball. They have the ACC getting 11 bids. As the 2-1 pitch is swung on, popped up left side of the diamond, the third baseman Campbell shades his eyes and then fields the pop-up for the first out. Brings up Michael Torres. Torres batting .181, a homer, 10 RBI, batting on the interstate. That might put him somewhere in Virginia, I-81. Number 9 hitter in this lineup is Torres against De La Torre. First pitch, and the bunt is fouled off, 0-1.
Third baseman Campbell needs to put his Fitbit on. He's already gone over 10,000 steps. He's rushing in on the bunt. He has 2 incredible plays already in a shift.
And Campbell's done a nice job at third so far. 0-1 on the way. Bunt shown, but pulled back on a pitch inside. 1-1 the count. Going back to the projections of the field of 64. Again, the ACC expected to get 11 bids, according to D1 Baseball. 1-1 on the way is low for a ball, 2-1. Miami projected as a 3 seed in the Baton Rouge Regional. The LSU Tigers projected as the national 7 seed. However, 2 of the last 4 in are ACC teams, including Notre Dame and Virginia. As the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2, 2-2. So tonight's game for Notre Dame, very important. You don't want to lose to BC. You lose to BC, you might as well be sitting at home next week in South Bend. 2-2 on the way. That's low for a ball, and the count full, 3-2. In fact, Notre Dame, I think, in order to feel secure, is going to have to win at least 2 and maybe a third. Virginia won't take the field until tomorrow. As the payoff pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for De La Torre. That brings up the top of the order for Jake Ogden.
Speaking of BC, they're in that same situation Cal's in. You know, they were just 2,000 miles away playing Cal. So they're getting readjusted here.
There's a lot of frequent flyer miles. They've flew from Chestnut Hill to Berkeley, then Berkeley back here to the Triangle. I'll have to go back up north. As Ogden swings and hits this one in the air to center field. On the run towards right center is Kadamini. Makes the catch, running towards the track for the final out. It's another 1-2-3 inning for De La Torre against the Hurricanes. We played 3 innings. Cal the 2-0 lead over Miami. Zach Burhans will take you through the next 3 innings as you listen to the 2025 ACC Baseball Tournament from Learfield.
Passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
From foul pole to foul pole, listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Top of the 4th, we go. Cal leads Miami 2-0 in Game 1 of Day 1 of the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship. Zach Burhans alongside Paul Roper. We'll have Handren, Campbell, and Burge coming to the plate. 6, 7, 8 to start the top half of the 4th. Still on the mound is Hughes, who has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. He's gotten 2 straight innings of 1-2. And then in the second, he had a bloop and a blast on him. And then in the third, it was a hit by pitch and then a walk. As we step on the mound, we begin the top of the 4th. First pitch inside for ball 1. Handler grounded out to the second baseman in his first time up. As Handren on his 138th at bat this season takes ball 2 high. The crowd starting to funnel in now that we're approaching 10 a.m. here in Durham. The 2-0. Fouled back for strike 1. Strike right on over the plate, just missed by Handren.
We're saying how early it is. It's 9 a.m. for a start time here, which would be 6 a.m. for Cal, but we're typically used to this first game being at 11 a.m.
Yeah. As we have the 2-1 coming. Checks his swing outside, now in a hitter's count, 3-1. It's a lot different this year. It's 2 hours earlier for us and 1 less game in a pool. The 3-1. Low and dribbles all the way to the backstop. And in no real rush is Handler. He will jog to first as he takes off the elbow guard. So for the 4th straight inning, Hughes will not go 1, 2, 3 traditionally. There could be a double play to go 1, 2, 3 still.
And that's going to prompt, it looks like, some reserves coming out of the bullpen, or towards the bullpen, I should say, in foul territory of left field. We'll see if Miami starts to get anybody loose.
As Campbell comes to the plate, takes low. That is the 5th ball and 6 pitches here in the 4th. Small lead for Handren in the 1-0. The delivery fouled off for strike one.
And A.J. Siskar is warming up in the bullpen, 6'3" freshman right-hander, warming up for Miami.
Siskar is one of the best relievers in this bullpen for Miami. So when he has his stuff on point, he's good. It's a throw back to first, not in time. Getting back is Handren. Hughes does have a great throwback. He has a great look and a great move. Not a big lead for Handren, though, in the 1-1 count coming. Checks his swing low for ball 2. As the wind is dying down in center field, the 2-1. High for ball 3. Everywhere around the black, but not on the black. Here in the 4th for Handren. His pitch count's already at 55. He can go up to 95 usually, but he might not have his stuff in a winner go-home game. Another hitter's count, 3-1, and another walk. Back-to-back walks to start the 4th. And I think it's just a matter of time before Siskar is ready to go. Siskar actually had to wait a couple minutes to get a catcher back there to help out. They had to put the chest guard on and the helmet, and there's a quick veteran move by the catcher Smith. He comes up and has a quick chat so that you don't have that mound visit. You just have your players talking to each other, and that sets up now the pitching coach comes over. The infield gathers in. We'll see if Siskar is ready to go as we await, and it's not been the best day for Hughes. It was scoreless in the first, then it was 2 straight outs in the second, and then a bloop by Campbell, and then Burge with the 2-run blast to right field. That gets us to our 2-0 score.
Yeah, and they're going to bring in Carson Fisher instead, which is unusual because it was Siskar warming up, but they're going to surprise and put Fisher out there.
It's a chess game. It's a chess game here in Durham. This week, you have to win today to advance. In Miami, they were the hottest team in the ACC up until last weekend. They had won 10 straight ACC games, including a series sweep over the regular season champions, Georgia Tech. As we're back and ready to play, Fisher looks back at second and delivers. Strike 1 to Burge. The 0-1, so Fisher finding the strike zone early. Third baseman Cuvée scoots a little bit off the bag on third, playing a little bit of shift as ball 1 low.
Well, you mentioned that they had won 10 straight in the ACC, but they got swept by Virginia and lost 2 out of 3 at home to Notre Dame. 2 teams we mentioned are on the bubble for the NCAA regionals.
Tough showing on the 1-1 low for ball 2. Notre Dame's trying to keep that fight alive, trying to be that 11th ACC team in postseason play. 2-1's the count. Runners on first and second. Cal leading 2-0. Here in the 4th. Check swing went around for strike 2. As Fisher sets, neither second or first have a big lead. You have Handren on second, Campbell on first, and the delivery fouled off to stay alive. Burge had that big blast at second to right field. It went over all of the seats. It almost hit the Bojangles sign in right field. See if he has the power again in a 2-2 count. Fisher sets. Looks back at second and deals. Just missed outside for ball 3. I thought this was going to be a backwards K in the scorebook. And the count goes full. Runners will be sitting on first and second. Nobody out. Not a lot of speed on the bases. The payoff pitch fouled back. Great battle here between Fisher and Burge. Burge has struck out 48 times this season. He's been walked only 34.
Burge is lucky he got a piece of that because that was certainly ball 4. It was tailing low towards the dirt.
As Fisher tries again. Looks back, sets, deals, popped him up on the third base side, and it's tailing out of play, and it plunks the second deck.
Burge, the former Wichita State Shocker, does have a 2-homer game, I should say. He's done it 3 times in his career. Last time he had 2 homers in a game was against rival Stanford in March.
Cal won that series 3 games, not in the sweep. It was the first time they had ever swept Stanford. The payoff pitch. Deals, popped him up again behind home plate. We'll do it again. Great battle between Fisher and Burge. And you already have a quick pitch count coming up. You're already on your 10th pitch of the AB. Hendren on second, Campbell on first, Burge at the plate, the 3-2. Fisher deals low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the 9-hole hitter Kadama. The bag's full based on balls. Hendren walked, Campbell walked, Burge walked. Still nobody out.
Well, big chance for the freshman here, only making his 4th start of the season. Comes up to the plate, grounded out to short in his first at bat. Batting 6 of 18 this season.
As Fisher deals, grounded up the middle, gets through the hole, 1 run will score, and it's an RBI single for the freshman. 3-0 your score. Bases stay full as we go to the top of the lineup with Advincula.
Nice job of Kadama as he jumped on top of that first pitch from Fisher and sent it the other way, away from the shift. They had 3 towards the right side of the diamond. And now we're going to see another visit from the Miami dugout. I believe this is not Arteaga, as this is their pitching coach, Laz Gutierrez, so he'll come out. And again, Siskar looks like is warming up again. To get a look at that bullpen for Miami on the left field side of foul territory. But again, this could get away from Miami in a hurry if Cal can string together some hits. Believe it or not, that was their first hit of the inning. The first 3 batters aboard on walks. And it's back to the top of the order where they can do some real damage, starting with the All-ACC second-team second baseman, Jared Advincula.
This one can get ugly quickly. You don't want that crooked number if you're Miami, but if you're Cal, you've traveled this far. Let's get 7 on the board.
Yeah, it's actually Will Smith that's warming up in the bullpen for the Canes. So Will Smith, the right-hander, warming up.
As it's Fisher versus Advincula. Advincula lined out in the first and in the third, as that ball is low for ball 1.
And the infield pulled all the way in here, so Miami, that's a sense that they don't want to allow any more runs. It's because their offense at times has struggled this year.
Here comes the 1-0. Line foul on the first base side. 1-1. Advincula has 6 homers on the year, 17 doubles, 2 triples. He's hitting .344. Fisher sets for the 1-1. Popped him up, gets out of play on the third base side, so Advincula's gone to the right, he's gone to the left. See if you can square up the 1-2. Campbell's on third, Burge is on second, and Kadoma's on first. Here comes the 1-2. Grounded up the middle, and it's bobbled by the shortstop. A run will score, and everybody is safe. Went from being a potential 6-4-3 double play to everybody aboard, and it's now 4-0 Cal.
Yeah, and here's why I don't like putting the infield in. I know they say hindsight's 20/20, but if you had normal depth, double play depth on that play, you would have traded 2 outs for a run. Instead, because the infield was pulled in, that made a really hard play for Ogden since it was a hot shot right to him, and now you have a run scoring with no outs recorded. And it's 4-0 Cal. The inning continues, and that'll be it as Arteaga comes out. He's going to pull Fisher, and Will Smith will come in.
Yeah, Will Smith does have music, just like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He has the same walk-up, the same music, and if you're Miami, you're down 4-0. You gave up a 2-run blast in the second, but this one here in the fourth hurts more, in my opinion. You have nobody out. You've only given up 1 hit. You have 3 walks from your 6, 7, 8 guys. Your 9-hole hitter, who is hit, to be fair, the 9-hole hitter is hitting .368. He just doesn't have a lot of reps. He gets an RBI single, and then you have an RBI fielding error on the shortstop, Ogden, which earlier in the game, Ogden did get clipped on the knee on a sliding attempt on a steal, but he's not one to make that type of error.
He's not. It's only the 7th error that he's made this year at shortstop, which is pretty good for this level. They only have the 7th error of the season, but it comes at an inopportune time, and now it's going to get really sideways for the Hurricanes and make it a short stay here with the way Cal is getting some timely hits, or at least well-placed hits. And so you're about to get into the meat of the order. You've got Mutsaritas coming up, and you've got Smaldino, who's always the threat with his power. And it's going to be up to Will Smith to try and turn things around. Carson Fisher unable to record her out. Griffin Hughes unable to record an out before him. This is all with nobody out, as they've sent 5 to the plate. All 5 have reached base in some way, shape, or form. And Will Smith will come in. He's got a record of 2-0 at 23 2/3 innings in the area of 3.80. He's allowed 13 runs, 10 of those earned off 20 hits, walking 14, striking out 37. So he's a high strikeout pitcher, and he's going to need to get some strikeouts here in order to try and keep this in striking distance for the Hurricanes.
That does close the book on Hughes, though. Those last 2 runs went to him. He finished with 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout, plus 1 hit batter. He faced 16. Everyone else is on Fisher. Still with nobody out. Will Smith does have a lot of fastball and a lot of strikeouts. Those 37 Ks, only to 14 walks. And Miami's gonna need him to have his stuff today, as he faces PJ Mutsaritas. Here comes the pitch, inside and high for ball 1. Mutsaritas had a bunt single in the first and then grounded out to the shortstop in the third. Here comes the 1-0. Checked his swing outside for ball 2. Burge on third, Kadoma on second, Advincula on first, as we have strike 1. Count goes to 2-1. PJ has speed. His has only 3 homers on the year, though. He takes strike 2 down the middle. So now you're in a 2-2 count. And Will Smith has found his zone. The 2-2. Popped him up on the left field side. It's going to drop. And that's going to score 2. As 1 run comes in, a second one comes on, and it's a 2 RBI double for PJ Mutsuritis, and it's 6-0 Cal with nobody out.
Well, the hits keep on coming for the Golden Bears as Mutsuritis just took a pitch that was just laid over the plate, a meatball from Smith, a breaking ball that didn't break. And Mutsuritis is able to stroke that down the left field line to score a pair. Now there's 2 at scoring position, nobody out for Smaldino.
Here comes the pitch, low for ball 1. 4 runs already in the 4th. Nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position. Smith delivers. Checked his swing, ball gets away, gathered quickly by the catcher Smith. Count goes to 2-0, and more bullpen guys warming up. The 2-0 to Smaldino. Swung at ball. That would be called strike 1. Count goes to 2-1. And Smaldino is looking to go oppo on that swing. He released early. Just missed. The 2-1. Inside for ball 3. So now you're in a hitter's count again. We've already had 3 walks in this inning. And this walk would load the bags again. The 3-1 to Smaldino. Checked his swing for strike 2. And that's what you can do in your 3-1 count. That's not your pitch. You can take. You can take strike 2, try to find your pitch. But now in full count, anything in the zone you're swinging. Here comes the payoff pitch. Got him low for ball 4. And the bags are full again.
Right fielder, number 15, David Prince.
And Miami just can't shake out the cobwebs.
And this is an interesting alignment. They've got the infield pulled in, but 3 on the right side. However, they've seen enough from Will Smith as, again, here comes J.D. Arteaga, and we're going to have...
You're still trying to find, if you're Miami, you're still trying to find your first out. There have already been 4 runs, and the bases are loaded again, as it will be Alex Giroux coming to relieve Will Smith.
Yeah, Giroux's been a world traveler. He comes from Lake Oswego, Oregon, started his career in Washington, then transferred to Clark, then to Hawaii, and school number 4 is Miami. He'll come here and try and stem the damage with his ERA. A high 6.68, 5-2 record in 33 2/3 innings, has allowed 30 runs, 25 of those earned off 34 hits, walking 11, striking out 36. The right-hander who stands at 6 feet 185, try and limit the damage. Again, something that his 3 other teammates have not been able to do in this inning. Cal's got a real opportunity to get this into double digits already in the 4th inning.
Giroux has his hands full. And if you're Cal, you're loving it. You've adjusted to the East Coast, and you are the last team in the seedings. You are the 16 seed playing the 9. The winner of this game will take on Wake Forest.
If they keep hitting like this, and it happens tomorrow too, should they advance, I wonder if they're going to lobby for more 6 a.m. starts in Berkeley.
Yeah. what's nice for Cal so far is their pitcher, De La Torre, he's still pitching phenomenally. He's only given up one hit, and that hit was in the second to Bobby Marsh on a single with 2 outs. And you want to save as much pitching as you can when you're in a win-or-go-home. When you got to win that many games in a row, you got to pitch today until Sunday. Using that bullpen early is not what the doctor ordered.
Well, the only bad thing that could happen with that is it's a long layoff for De La Torre, so we're going to see how he's going to stay loose as his team continues to come up to the plate here.
As Giroux sets and delivers first pitch swinging, strike 1. As there's nothing a pitcher loves more than getting that 0-1 count. Here comes the 0-1. Low for ball 1. To reset, we're top of the 4th. Cal leads 6-0. 4 runs have come in the 4th already, and the bases are loaded. Advincula is on 3rd, Mutsaritas is on 2nd, and Smaldino is on 1st. And this ball is popped up and out of play. French is at the plate. Jacob French is the cleanup hitter, and that's something Mike does not want to see. You don't want to see him clean up the bags here. Down 6. Count is 1-2. Giroux delivers. Swing. Check to swing. Or say you got a piece. As the ball went all the way to the backstop. He just got a piece. Just kind of swung a sword at it. Count remains 1-2. The delivery. Popped him up. Ball out of play. Just getting a piece of it is Jacob. 67 hits, 31 runs, 4 homers, 32 RBI season. We'll do the 1-2 again. And staying off outside pitch for ball 2. As there's still not much wind in the outfield, a little bit going towards right. The 2-2. Low, and it hits him. And that will bring in Advincula. And that's the 5th run of the 4th for the Golden Bears.
Left fielder number 8, Carl Schmidt.
And the bases remain loaded. Mutsaritas jogs to 3rd, Smaldino on 2nd, French now on 1st. As Carl Schmidt comes to the plate. Schmidt struck out his last time out. Giroux delivers a bouncer up the middle, and it beats through the gap, and 2 runs will score, and it's a 2 RBI single, and straying off the bag was French, and he's out at 2nd, so that's the first out of the inning, but 2 more runs come across, and it's 7-0.
Now more timely hitting as Carl Schmidt's able to reach over, and well, everyone through the lineup was able to get on base without an out being recorded, but that first out was because French went a little bit too far. Torres thrown behind the runner, tag applied by Ogden, so it'll be an 8-6 put out at second base.
As Handren comes back to the plate for a second time in the inning. And for everyone keeping score now, you have to move your entire shift over in your scorebook. Runner on first with 1 away. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, correction. It was actually the second baseman, Gonzalez Jr., that applied the tag, so it's an 8-4 put out at second base.
The delivery, sky high to left field. Getting under it is Galvin, and that's the second out of the inning. 6 runs so far in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard says 6, but it's actually 7.
I've been lied to. I should have looked at my own scorebook. I've scribbled in 7 in the middle. As coming to the plate is Campbell. Campbell walked and scored this inning. The runner on first. 2 away. Here comes the 0-1. Low for ball 1. As you can hear the PA, as they must have heard us, it needs to be 9-0, not 8. As the throw back to first, not in time. Getting back is Schmidt. Drew throws back to first again. Schmidt slides in. Safe. Here comes the 1-1. Just got a piece. 1-2. As the scoreboard is now updated.
Touchdown, Cal.
Touchdown,
Kick the
Cal.
extra
Got
point.
the extra point. They had the safety in the second. Counts 1-2. Drew looking to get out of it. The delivery off speed, smack down the left field line. Long run for the left fielder, and it'll be shortstop instead. Ogden getting the final out, but a lot of action here. 7 runs for Cal, and they lead Miami 9-0 as we go to the bottom half of the fourth. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Weirfield.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor.
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
College softball season is in full swing, and we're just the ones to talk about it. Join me, former Stanford Cardinal and award-winning broadcaster Jenna Becerra and Amanda Lorenz every week as we deliver the latest in college softball on the D1 Softball Podcast. We've got all the latest, whether it is in the circle or in the batter's box. We have interviews with coaches, players, and many more. We'll go through the week's top 25 poll and give our insights, as well as our plays, wins, and whiffs of the week. Let us get you in the know on all things college softball. Listen on d1softball.com and the Varsity Network app.
To the bottom of the fourth we go. Cal leads Miami 9-0, 7 runs on 3 hits for Cal in that top half of the fourth. And now you have Miami with Galvin Cuvée and Gonzalez Jr. coming to the plate. Staying on the mound is De La Torre.
And we'll see how he does after that long layoff. And boy, to add insult to injury, ACC Network is interviewing J.D. Arteaga after he watched his team allow 7 runs in the top half of the fourth inning. For a manager, that sounds like the 7th circle of hell.
As Galvin struck out in the first, here comes the pitch. Strike 1 over the heart of the plate. Galvin's a lefty, hitting just under 300. He swings for strike 2. He's hitting 299. Just dipped out of 300 after a strikeout to start the season. today. Here comes the 0-2. Takes just outside for ball one. As the shift is on, the third baseman, Campbell, is playing where the shortstop, Mutsaritas, would usually sit, as he pops this one back and out of play.
Well, if you're Miami, your job is to try and make De La Torre work. Now, he hasn't made that easy because he's been throwing a lot of strikes, but you want to try and battle in these at-bats, but he's made quick work. He hasn't got more than 13 pitches in an inning so far.
Here comes the 1-2 low for ball two. It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Just misses. He's only thrown 39 pitches through 3 innings. Here comes the 2-2. High this time. Galvin pulls the bat back. And the count goes full. And if you're Miami, you're not looking to score 7 runs here in the fourth. You're looking to get hits. And strike 3 swinging. Down goes Galvin for the second time today. If you're Miami, you're probably not scoring 9 runs in the fourth. But you can gather hits, as you said, Paul. Just try to get De La Torre worked a little bit. They've only had 1 hit. He's only been hit once, and this one's skied back towards us on the first base side, out of play. And that 1 hit was a Bobby Marsh single in the second inning. As Daniel Cuvée struck out in the first. He's at the plate now, and he has a line shot to the left field line. This one's going to drop, and this is extra base time for Daniel Cuvée. He's going down, and with a stand-up double with 1 out, Daniel Cuvée puts himself in scoring position. That's what you want if you're Miami.
Well, you got at least the full count to begin the inning, although Galvin struck out. And Cuvée, showing why he's one of the top hitters in the country. A nice job of stroking that down the line to collect his 17th double of the season. This is someone who's been very prolific in terms of his slugging percentage this year. It's over 700. He gets himself a double, and first runner in scoring position for Miami this morning.
As Dorian Gonzalez Jr. comes to the plate, he takes ball 1. He popped up to the first baseman in the second. Fouled to the backstop. Cuvé's not the fastest runner on the base paths. He has 6 stolen bases. He's been caught once. But a base knock here, I'm sure he'll get the green light to wave around. As this pitch just misses for ball 2.
Again, if you're De La Torre, you're trying to get into a rhythm after he's just sat in the dugout for at least half an hour through that 7-run inning by your team.
De La Torre looks back, bunts it down the line, and it's the pitcher getting De La Torre for out number 2. Cuvée advances to third, now with 2 outs. And if you're De La Torre, you're taking that every day. You will go out for an advancement at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and that's also good base running by Cuvée, knowing that his team is down by 9. Cal is not at the least concerned about that. They just want to get any out, period, considering how much of a cushion they have. So Cuvée running on contact and a ball hit on the ground. Normally, that wouldn't happen on the advance from second, third. Because of that lead, he's going to take third.
As Tanner Smith comes to the plate, the 5-hole hitter hits from the right side. Cuvée on third, 2 outs, 9-0 Cal on top in the bottom of the fourth. Miami at the plate, swings at strike 1. And that Cuvée double in this inning was the second hit for Miami. And this is a Miami team, when they have hot bats, they stay hot. They're just not hot right now. As this ball line shot to the center field line, getting under it is the center fielder, Kadoma. And that's the 3rd out of the 4th. As we go to the 5th, you had 1 hit. No runs and 1 left on base as we go to the top of the 5th. Cal leads Miami 9-0. You're listening to the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
Here's a fresh tip. 2's better than 1. It's why we shop Food Lion. They've got the items our family buys most, priced low every day, and they have weekly hot sales to save us even more. So the deals are
twice as nice.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude. Gets up when they fall down and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Hey there. Guess who just found another way to save more money by switching to Food Lion private brand? And they have so many affordable items. Fajita nachos coming up. And my family loves it. That's all I need to hear.
Give it up for play, everybody. We got 3 buckets within 30 seconds.
Welcome back to Durham, North Carolina. Zach Burhans along with Paul Roper. Cal leads Miami 9-0 in the top of the 5th. The Golden Bears put it across 7 runs in the 4th. They bat around. They actually had 11 come to the plate. And coming to the plate now is a guy that had a 2-run blast in the 2nd, Alex Burge. We'll have Burge, Kadoma, and Advincula coming to the plate. 8-9-1. The 7 runs were most in an inning versus an ACC opponent this season. As staying on the mound is Giroux. And he throws in strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. It's 2 straight strikes for Giroux. Giroux is the 4th pitcher used for Miami. All of the books are now closed. For everybody else, we'll get into that after the 0-2 pitch. Giroux delivers to Burge, and this one skied foul. Would have been home run distance if fair, but just tails foul. Hugas started the game. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walked 3 batters, and struck out 1. Fisher did not get an out when he relieved. He had 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 1. Will Smith came in, didn't record an out, got 1 hit, 2 runs, scored. And as the pitch comes in low for ball 1. Smith had 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and then Giroux came out, played the full inning, only gave up 1 hit. Now that we're caught up, here's the 1-2. Giroux to Burge. As he pops him up behind home plate, looking back is the catcher Smith, and it falls into the netting and stays up top. Burge homered in the 2nd and was walked in the 4th. Scored both times. We'll do the 1-2 again. Giroux deals. Off speed. Got him for strike 3. That's the first strikeout for Burge today. First strikeout recorded for Giroux. Kadoma comes to the plate. He had an RBI single in the 4th. Hit the ball right up the middle, but against the shift. Giroux deals, tries to lay down a bunt, fouled off the backstop. Kodoma's 7 for 19. He has 10 runs, has 5 RBIs, and 1 stolen base on the season. The third baseman, Cuvée, just inside base path, expecting the bunt again. Kodoma pulls back and takes ball 1. Giroux has thrown 23 pitches today. As he wheels and deals the 1-1. Low for ball 2, just scraping up the dirt in front of home plate. And if you're Giroux, you want to get Kodoma out. You don't want to circle back to the top of the lineup with heavy bats with only 1 away. Here comes the 2-1. Popped up Kodoma. Cuvé's eyeing it in foul territory, a couple steps in, and the second out is recorded. So back-to-back outs for Miami. But that's exactly where Cal had him in the second inning. It was 2 straight outs, then a bloop and a blast. And then in the third, there were no runs scored, but it was 2 straight outs, and then a hit by pitch, and then a walk. So see if the 2-out mentality stays for Advincula. Advincula singled his last time up. So he takes ball 1. It was actually an error on the shortstop, Ogden, that got him to reach his last time. The 1-0. Line shot to center field, and that will be a base knock for Advincula. And there's his first hit of the ever for him, for Cal in the ACC Baseball Championship.
Did get an RBI reaching on that error before, but nice, well-hit ball in the center field, showing that stroke that helped him become an all-ACC second teamer. Again, Miami pitchers just cannot get that clean inning, as Cal's managed to put a base runner on in all 5 innings so far.
With Mutsaridis going back to the plate. The steal is off, and it's a great throw. Does he get him? No. It wasn't the quickest jump from Advincula. Great throw from Smith just on the second base side, and couldn't get the tag on the foot before the hand touched the bag. So a stolen base for Advincula. That's his 12th on the season. Here comes the 0-1, grounded foul on the first base side. Advincula was already halfway to third.
You gotta love the aggression even when you're up by 9. Sending the runner with 2 outs, trying to test Smith, and saw that throwing error he had earlier, so they tried their chances again. He had a runner in scoring position.
Advincula playing mind games with Giroux. Giroux comes home on the 0-2, popped him up on the first base side, trying to get in range, and it just circles out of play. Great battle between Mutsaridis and Giroux.
Had that 2-run double in the 4th inning that helped break things open in that 7-run 4th.
Cal's trying to get that 10th run to open up the run rule. That won't happen until the 7th inning. Here comes the 0-2. Popped him back towards us. First base side, you can hear the clank off the roof. Mutsaridis does not want to go down swinging. Giroux trying to have his second strikeout of the inning. Advincula is off. It's a hit and run. It's just foul. Just missed the bag on the third base side. And if that ball's fair, that's scoring Advincula easily.
Yeah, it is. You're exactly right. It was a hit and run. You usually see a runner taking off from second base like that. And the hit and run was on, and just a little bit late on it.
Mutsaridis has struck out 29 times this season. He's in an 0-2 count. Advinco's off again. This one's low and not even a throw. Advinco steals second. He steals third. The ball was outside and had to be scooped by Smith, which led to the no throw. Count goes to 1-2 with 2 away here in the 5th. The pitch fouled off again. That's 4 foul balls for Moutsouridis in a row, with a sandwich in the middle, 1 outside pitch. As the Miami bullpen heating up again. Giroux, 1-2, with 2 outs, delivers home, and it's grounded up the middle, grabbed by Ogden. Gloves it and throws it over to Gonzalez for the 3rd out. So you have no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Cal leads Miami 9-0 right here on the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Bottom of the 5th, Cal leads Miami 9-0. Miami will have Marsh, Gonzalez, and Peralta coming to the plate. 6, 7, 8. Miami only has 2 hits. They have as many errors as they have hits in this game. And this is a Hurricanes team that usually plays clean baseball. And one of those errors came on Ogden. He's now only had 7 errors on this season. As a shortstop, that's incredible. But Bobby Marsh had a single. He's got one of those 2 hits. He had a single in the 2nd. This is his 2nd plate appearance here in the 5th. De La Torre stays on the mound, and he delivers strike 1 on the inside corner. That's the second baseman. Closer to the first base side as the shift is on. There's a giant hole between the shortstop and the third baseman as Marsh takes ball 1. The 1-1 delivery is bounced in for ball 2. And Burge requests a new baseball. Here in Durham. The 2-1 pitch is inside for ball 3, and that's something De La Torre's not done much in this game. He's not gotten behind batters. He's usually battling from 0-2 and then dealing with foul balls. Now he has to throw a strike. He's not walked anybody yet. Here comes the 3-1, checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, that would have been ball for Marsh. Instead, the count goes full, according to the third base umpire. So the count goes full, nobody out. Marsh at the plate, and he strikes out. Got him with the fastball. And there's the first out of the 5th for De La Torre. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Now it comes over for Gonzalez, the first baseman. He struck out in the second as he foul tipped strike one. As this is the first game of the first round of the ACC Baseball Championship. As this ball's fouled back, it goes to 0-2. The winner of this game will take on Wake Forest tomorrow morning. De La Torre is wheeling and dealing. Try to get Gonzalez to chase the high fastball. Count goes to 1-2. No one warming up on that Cal bullpen. Count goes to 2-2 on a high fastball. De La Torre is at 60 pitches. Trying to get a second strikeout of the inning. Here comes the 2-2 line shot to center field, going back to the left fielder and making the catch with a little jump is Schmidt. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Right fielder, number 37,
Gonzalez got over top the baseball just a hair. And if you're going to hit a baseball high and far, you don't want to do it towards left field. There's a giant blue monster compared to right field having a short deck. And for a lefty like Peralta, that's what you want. As he comes to the plate and takes strike one. Peralta popped up to the third base side as last time as he fouls off strike two.
That blue monster's 32 feet high. Of course, derives its name from the famous green monster of Fenway Park, one that Juan Soto thought he would have homered over last night, instead was held to a single because he didn't bust out of the box.
As the 0-2 just misses what would have been strikeout number 7. And you know, they teach you in Little League, once you hit the ball, you run till you're told to come back, or you wait for the signal. As 1-2 pitch is high for ball 2. And the signal I'm referring to is whenever the umpire puts his one finger up and he makes that circle saying, "You got your home run, kid." 2-2 with 2 outs. De La Torre deals. Strike 3 fouled off. Just got a piece of it. It's Peralta, and he'll stay alive. Just the slightest nick of the bat. So we'll do the 2-2 again. De La Torre deals low for ball 3. So now the count is full. De La Torre now at 67 pitches. And he deals. And he got him swinging. Strike 3, inning over. 1, 2, 3 for De La Torre. As we go to the top of the 6th, Cal leads Miami 9-0. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. We'll be back for the 6th after this in the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/collegesportsradio25.
From foul pole to foul pole, listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Top of the 6th here in the DBAP. Cal leads Miami 9-0. 7 runs scored in that 4th inning for Cal. Really broke this one open. And of those 7 runs, there were only 3 hits. So, you see it, they bat around. They had 11 come to the plate in the 4th. But now here in the 6th, there was no runs scored in the 5th. And we will have Smaldino, French, and Schmidt coming to the plate. Staying on the mound is Alex Giroux, the 4th pitcher for the Hurricanes today. As he's set and ready to go, he delivers his first off-speed pitch off for ball 1. Giroux's only thrown 36 pitches. Here comes the 1-0. Fouled off the third base side for strike 1. Smaldino fouled out to the first baseman the 1st, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and was walked in the 4th. He's in a 1-1 count right now. Giroux sets. Fouled off the third base side again in the exact same spot right over the little barricade that holds the tarp.
We're glad to be here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park, home of the Durham Bulls, who are in the middle of a road trip to Worcester, Massachusetts.
It's colder there than it is here in Durham, North Carolina, with the bright sun out. Not many clouds in the sky. Here in a 2-2 count to Smaldino.
And before that, they were in Rochester, New York, taking on the Red Wings.
The delivery grounded up the middle, and that's a base knock for Smaldino, who jogs his way to first. And it's a leadoff single for the Golden Bears. Believe it or not, that's Smaldino's first hit. He's already come to the plate 4 times, but he was walked, he was hit by a pitch, and Giroux accountable for Smaldino on first. As we'll give you the rundown of Rob Evans. He's pitched 11 2/3 innings, given up 12 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned, has struck out 11, and has walked 6 batters. Has not given up any extra base hits except for 2 home runs. So he kept them clean. He's a ground ball pitcher, except for those 2 times that he left one over the zone. In that 4th inning, Miami walked 4 batters. That ties the most in an inning this season for the Hurricanes, as Giroux actually pitched the best of all of them. Hughes had 56 pitches, Fisher with 15, Will Smith with 11, and Giroux with 40. But Fisher and Smith could not record an out in that 4th. Then Giroux got the 3. And then maintained in the 5th, kept them scoreless. But now with the leadoff single, you have to go to your lefty. And Rob Evans, as Miami has 4 left-handed relief pitchers that are here today. They chose Evans.
Evans has struck out 11 and 11 2/3 innings, a 6.17 ERA. He's given up 8 runs, all of them earned off 12 hits while walking at 6 and striking out those 11. This was someone who transferred from Georgia State. He was used as a starter there and has not been used too much here with Miami, really, and against left-handed hitters more often than not. But now Cal starting a stretch in which 5 of their next 7 batters are left-handed. And again, trying to straighten together some outs and hoping their bats can come on alive. Really, the key is to make sure that 10th run does not score, because then the run rule will come into effect going into the 7th inning. And again, that's something that will come into play. The run rule is still in effect during most of tournament play. However, for the championship game, it is not in effect, because had it been in effect last year, it would have been a run rule win for Duke over Florida State, but they had to play the full 9 innings. Our good friend Andrew Sanders, the voice of North Carolina State baseball, tuning in today.
Oh, I love that. Love to hear that the Wolfpack voice is here, listening in. as he will have to deal with either Clemson, Virginia Tech, or Stanford on Thursday. As NC State plays at 7. As we're ready to go, Evans deals. The lefty throws in ball 1. Use the full name for NC State, North Carolina State University. Give him the full name. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike 1. As Rob Evans has a unique throw. He's not a traditional overhand throw, but it's not quite a submarine. As he fouls this one back for French. Count goes to 1-2. Jacob French grounded out in the first, was walked in the third, and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. So he's still looking for his first hit of the day as we approach 11 a.m. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled back, staying alive. As this were a year ago, we'd be 5 minutes away from first pitch of game 1 of day 1.
Yes.
Instead, we're here in
We'd
the
be
top
going
of the
on the
sixth.
air right now.
Yeah. Instead, we're in the top of the 6th. Cal leads Miami 9-0, a runner on first. 8 hits for the Golden Bears. Looking for their 9th as this one's fouled away on the third base side. Almost hit the third base camera that's positioned in the dugout on Miami. Miami's on that third base dugout, while Cal here on the first base side.
Cal's made the most of their opportunities with 9 runs on 8 hits. Miami, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors in this ball game.
Here comes the 1-2, grounded up the middle, and it finds the gap, and it's another base knock. Station to station. Small Dino to second, French now at first.
Left fielder, number 8, Carl Schmidt.
Well, again, if that had been a normal shift, that would have been a 6-4-3 double play, but they had 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond and only the third baseman, Cuvée, on the left side. Had Ogden been in his normal shortstop position, that would have been a tailor-made double play. Instead, 2 on, nobody out for Carl Schmidt, who had a 2-run single in his last at-bat.
Schmidt with 2 runners on, trying to get that 10th run, takes ball 1. And believe it or not, you see the score and you see 9 runs. You think at some point there had to have been back-to-back hits. No, this was the first time there were back-to-back hits in this game for Cal. Takes ball 2. Miami with 2 hits, one of them being the second inning and one the last inning, so obviously those were not back-to-back either. Here comes the 2-0. It's dribbling it, hits off the right foot, stayed in fair territory, but ruled foul due to hitting.
I think it's remarkable in that 4th inning there weren't back-to-back hits. Really, it was the hit by pitches and the walks that did Miami in that inning. They gave up those 4 walks, also had a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. And there was a player that reached on an error in between a run-scoring single and a 2-run double.
The 2-1 is high. In those 7 runs up for not having a hit, but in that second inning we did have the bloop and blast with Campbell and Burge, and that's really what got the party started for Cal mentally. Now in the hitter's count, 3-1 to Schmidt. Evans looks back and he knows ball 4 all the way. Now the bases are loaded.
Designated hitter, number 4, Max Hendrick.
We're going to see a visit from Laz Gutierrez coming out of the Miami dugout. On the third base side, he's getting a lot of camera time today, and that'll set up some time for another right-handed reliever in the bullpen, Jackson Cleveland, transfer from Lamar. But Miami really just trying to find any inkling in this ball game, but I'll tell you what, they just look really deflated out there. I mean, this is a team that at one point had been one of the hottest in the conference, but then suffered back-to-back conference losses in a sweep against Virginia, and then lost 2 out of 3 at home against Notre Dame. Keep in mind, that is a very hard place to win on the road. I could speak. There are times I've broadcast for teams out there between ECU and North Carolina. I have not won. The team that I worked for had not won a game there. I'm 0-5 in that ballpark. That tells you how hard it is for a road team to win in there. And Notre Dame got 2 out of 3 to keep their NCAA hopes alive.
As Evans stays on the mound, bases loaded for Handren. As he takes strike 1. But going back to that second, we had AJ Siskar warming up, and then he never came in, so it makes you wonder, is he not healthy? Because that guy is elite. Here comes the 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Well, I've been told before the game that he was going to come in as the second pitcher of the game, but plans have changed somewhere. I'm not sure if there was something while he was warming up that caused Fisher to come in, because I'll tell you, I did see him warming up there, but it was Fisher that came in instead after not having warmed up.
As Evans strikes out Handren on a check swing win around for the first out of the 6th. So it's good to see Evans find the zone and trying to get out of this gutter that he's put himself in with the runner on every bag. The ducks are on the pond, as we call it. And Cade Campbell steps to the plate, and he takes outside for ball 1. Campbell swings at the second pitch, and it hits the top of the rafter, startling a couple birds that were nesting, trying to watch the game. Campbell has scored twice. He scored in the second after getting a single, and then was walked in the 4th before scoring. As the second pitch bounces in, great stop by the catcher Smith to keep the runners standing on their bat. If that ball gets away from Smith, another run comes in. It would be that 10th run. Instead, the bags remain full, and the count goes to 2-1. As Evans deals, a swinging strike for strike 2. Got him at 91 miles an hour. Counts 2-2. Cal leads 9-0 here in the top of the 6th over Miami. The pitch is hit hard but foul on the first base side. If you're Campbell, you just got to straighten it up. Watch the ball and straighten it up. 2-2 with one away. He pops this one up in the infield, mile high, going back to the second baseman, Gonzalez Jr., and that will be the second out of the inning. That was an infield pop-up, so the runner on third, Smaldino, will stay there.
And even though the ball exited the infield, it was actually caught in shallow right field. They still called the infield fly rule, so the batter was out before the catch was even made. Now an opportunity for Evans to get out of this jam without allowing a run, but he's got to get through someone who drove in the first 2 runs of the game with a towering blast in the second inning in Alex Burge.
Burge would love to do that again. Evans sends the pitch over the plate for strike 1. Evans from New York, trying to get out of the jam. Bases loaded in a 0-1 count. Burge holds the bat back for ball 1 inside. Smaldino on third, French on second, Schmidt at first. 1-1 count, 2 outs. And Burge has yet to swing the bat in this AB, and the count goes to 2-1. Since that home run from Burge, he was walked in the 4th. Story of that 4th inning were walks. Scored a run in that 4th, and then struck out looking in the 5th. Comes the 2-1. grounds it foul on the first base side, just missed that first base bag, and it was scorched. It was destined for the corner, which would have scored at least 2. Schmidt has 2 stolen bases, French has 2 stolen bases, and Smaldino has not attempted to steal this season. It's not a lot of speed on the bags. But now in a 2-2 count, Evans DeLeos to Burge, and he pops him up in the shallow outfield going, and is the center fielder making the catch is Torres, as that one stayed up in the air for what seemed to be a century, and almost found that Bermuda Triangle gap for a bloop. Instead, there's no runs, 3 left on base, and 2 hits. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Cal leads Miami 9-0 in the 2025 ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor.
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
College softball season is in full swing, and we're just the ones to talk about it. Join me, former Stanford Cardinal and award-winning broadcaster Jenna Becerra and Amanda Lorenz every week as we deliver the latest in college softball on the D1 Softball Podcast. We've got all the latest, whether it is in the circle or in the batter's box. We have interviews with coaches, players, and many more. We'll go through the week's top 25 poll and give our insights, as well as our plays, wins, and whiffs of the week. Let us get you in the know on all things college softball. Listen on D1Softball.com and the Varsity Network app.
To the bottom of the 6th we go. Cal leads Miami 9-0. The Hurricanes will have 9-1-2 coming to the plate. Torres, Ogden, and Galvin, they are combined 0 for 5 on the day. Staying on the mound is De La Torre, and if this score maintains, he will be given the win. He's 2-4 on the year, so bouncing that up to 3-4 would be great for the Golden Bears. He has 68 pitches on the day as he faces the 9-hole hitter, and it's fouled off to the backstop. Zach Burhan's here along with Paul Roper. After this inning, Paul will take you the rest of the way. In the delivery, check to swing, got him on the sword for strike 2. As Torres could not dial in the off speed. We brought it up earlier that that's what he has. He has a disgusting changeup as the 0-2s popped up and out of play. The shortstop, Mutsaritas, is playing on top of the second base bag. So the 0-2 is high for ball 1. As the shift is on. As that pitch just misses for ball 2. As De La Torre has thrown a fastball 56% of the time, but he has dipped into that changeup and slider at some points today. Counts 2-2. And the delivery grounds him down the first base side, and it's the first baseman Smaldino handling it himself. So that will be a 3 unassisted.
De La Torre's done a really good job. He's got 7 strikeouts so far. The out pitch has been the changeup more often than not. A 47% whiff rate on that changeup, which he's only got to 19% of the time. But I would think on 4 or 5 of those 7 strikeouts, that out pitch has been the changeup.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. That's what he has. When he goes to it, it's crazy because it drops. Like, that's 82 miles an hour. But his fastball goes up into the 90s. And it's just hard for the eyes to know when it's coming because he only throws it 19% of the time. Here's the 0-1. Just misses for ball 1. And that one hits 92. So you go from 81 to 92 in 2 pitches. And Jake Ogden, who's 0 for 2 today, is trying to figure out Oliver. Here comes the 1-1. Popped him up. Out of play. On top of the roof behind us. It's been a lot of clean baseball for Cal so far. No errors. Only giving up 2 hits. Here comes the 1-2. And just misses strike 3 as it was a little low. Count goes to 2-2.
He'd been the Sunday starter for most of the year for Cal, or the Saturday starter. He's had an up and down year, but so far he's been locked in today against Miami, trying to secure what would be a big win over 2,800 miles away from Berkeley.
And the count is full to the leadoff Ogden. As he grounds one right at the shortstop in the shift, goes to the second baseman instead, and that's the second out of the inning. So you have a ground out to the first baseman, ground out to the second baseman.
Left fielder, number 7, Max Gallup.
Now there's 2 away in the 6th.
And it is 7 in a row retired by De La Torre after he gave up the 1-out double in the 4th inning.
And he's dealing to Galvin now, whose golf swings at a pitch for strike 1. He struck out twice today already. You never want to have the three strikeouts in a game, especially back to back to back. Both of them were swinging. He has not gone down looking. So here comes the 1-1. Popped him up and out of play as that one slices down third base side. As the birds are starting to wake up at the ballpark, there's a few different types flying around. As the 1-2 pitch is high. De La Torre now at 84 pitches. He has dipped into the 90s at times this season.
That was his fastest pitch that he threw so far. It was off the plate, but it went at 94 miles an hour.
Here comes the 2-2. Line shot to the center fielder. And Kadoma gets that third out of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. Miami goes down 1-2-3 for the second straight time. And we go to the top of the 7th. Cal leading Miami 9-0 in the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
Here's a fresh tip. 2's better than 1. It's why we shop Food Lion. They've got the items our family buys most, priced low every day, and they have weekly hot sales to save us even more. So the deals are
twice as nice.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude. Gets up when they fall down and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Hey there. Guess who just found another way to save more money by switching to Food Lion private brand? And they have so many affordable items. Fajita nachos coming up. And my family loves it. That's all I need to hear.
Andy Arteaga will turn to his 6th pitcher to begin the 7th inning to try and prevent Cal from scoring a 10th run to invoke the run rule. It is 9-0 Cal as we head to the 7th inning. Paul Roper along with Zach Burhans, thanks for joining us. They'll turn it over to Brian Walters, making his 18th appearance, his 11th out of the pen. 2-3 record with a 4.80 ERA for the right-hander, who has also served as the closer this year. He has 8 saves in 45 innings pitched and has allowed 29 runs, 24 of those earned off 53 hits. He has also walked 16 and struck out 51. He will face 9-1-2 of the Golden Bear lineup here in the 7th inning. Ethan Kadama, Jaron Advincula, and PJ Mutsaritas. So Kadama will lead things off. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored during that 7-run 4th inning. Walters, the 6th here in this first ACC Baseball Championship as a member of the conference, joining Stanford and SMU here in the ACC this season. Stanford will play in this tournament. SMU does not have a baseball program, so they're of course not participating. As the first pitch to Kadama is in the dirt, 1-0. SMU, one of 2 ACC member schools without a baseball program. The other one you'd expect, that's Syracuse. It's a little bit cold there when they start playing baseball. 1-0 on the way on the outside corner. It's a strike, 1-1. However, they do make their mark on a spring sport because Syracuse is a very well-known lacrosse program, and they're going to be playing to the Final Four up in Foxborough this weekend. 1-1 on the way. He is in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Kadama, the leadoff batter.
Miami and Cal have met up 9 times in their history. Get more on that later.
2-1 on the way. And a fastball 96 miles an hour in the outside corner evens out the count at 2-2.
Miami leads that all-time series 8-1. That one win, though, was in the 1980 College World Series for Cal.
2-2 on the way. Is low and away, ball 3, count full, 3-2. This is a Cal program that was on the verge of being canceled at the turn of the decade in 2010. Thanks to $9 million being raised, full payoff pitch fouled off, including some money from rival Stanford to keep the baseball program alive. Cal continued its baseball program and had a Cinderella run to the College World Series in 2011. That is their last College World Series appearance to date. And their center fielder, Ethan Kadama, takes a walk as he watches a pitch go inside for ball 4. So Kadama aboard as for the 2nd inning in a row and the 3rd time in the ball game, the Golden Bears get the leadoff batter on. It's back to the top of the order for Jaron Advincula. Cal's been in the College World Series 6 times. Miami's been there much more frequently. First pitch is inside and on the corner to Advincula for a strike, 0-1. Advincula 1 for 4. Drove in a run in the 4th inning, and the ball that was hit sharply to the shortstop Ogden, but he couldn't handle it. Pitch on the way, and this one's grounded over the middle. Stopped behind the bag at second by Ogden. Steps on the bag for 1. Throws to first for the 6-3 double play. Finally, Miami gets that elusive twin killing as Kadama and Advincula are retired on the 6-3 double play. And there's 2 outs, bases empty for Mutsaritas. Here's Mutsaritas, 2 for 4 today. First pitch to him is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Mutsaritas singled in the first, 2-run doubled in the 4th inning. He's also grounded out to short a couple of times. 262 hitter at the plate, batting right-handed. 0-1 on the way. That's on the outer edge for a strike at 95 miles an hour, 0-2 to Mutsaritas. 9-0 Cal, doing most of the damage with a 7-run 4th inning. And Walters looking to make quick work. 2-strike pitch, fouled off. Winner of this game will take on Wake Forest at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Wake Forest, the 8th seed. Another 2-strike offering from Walters, and that misses low and away. Went off speed. Mutsaritas did not offer. It's ball 1, 1-2. Day with plenty of sunshine here in the Bull City. Line to the 1-2 from Walters, and it's fouled off again by Mutsaritas. He fouled it off of himself as the ball bounces in front of the mound where Walters picks it up. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to the Golden Bear shortstop.
That that's the second Cal player to foul a ball off himself.
1-2 is in the dirt for ball two. 2-2. We mentioned the World Series appearances for Cal. They have 6. Miami has a lot more than that. They used to be there quite frequently. They haven't been there since 2016. That was appearance number 25. This one's grounded softly to the left side of the diamond. Charging in his Cuvée. He won't have a play. Mutsaritas was aboard with an infield single and a ball that nubbed off the end of the bat into no man's land on the left side of the diamond. It's a 3-hit day for P.J. Mutsaritas, and the inning continues for Dominic Smaldino.
He had that bunt single in that first inning, which was beautifully down that third base line. Then he had the double in the fourth. And now he just found that dribbler on that infield grass.
It was almost like a swinging bunt there from Mutsaritas. Now here's Smaldino. 1 for 2 today. He's reached base 3 times. A hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. He's also popped out in foul territory to the first baseman. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Smaldino, a .270 hitter at the plate, batting right-handed, has scored a run today. He's 1 for 2. 1-0 from Walters in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So in addition to the 25 College World Series appearances for Miami, they have won the whole thing 4 times, most recently in 2001. Wind to the 2-0 pitch. It's fouled off the end of the bat by Smaldino, 2-1. 2 of their College World Series championships under the legendary Jim Morris, who retired in 2018 after a quarter century at the helm of that program in Coral Gables. Runner at first is Mutsaritas. 9-0 Cal, top of the 7th. Runner goes. 2-1 pitch, low of the dirt. Here's the throw over to second, not in time. And sliding in feet first safely is Mutsaritas with the stolen base. Cal's 4th of the day. Again, still staying aggressive on the base paths with that 9-0 lead. They get run number 10 into scoring position and a 3-1 count and 2 outs to Smaldino. Walter set. Looks back at second. 3-1 to Smaldino. And a line drive into center field, a base hit. Rounding third is Mutsaritas. Here's the throw from center field by Torres. It's late as Mutsaritas slides in safely with run number 10 for Cal. An RBI single for Dominic Smaldino makes it 10-0 for the Golden Bears.
What a great bit of hitting from Smaldino. It just shows that Mutsaritas' steal was massive. He got in scoring position, he would not have scored from first, and now you have that 10th run.
Stayed aggressive on the base pass. They get run number 10 to match the jersey of Mutsaritas. Now here's Jacob French. Smaldino drives in the run. First pitch is fouled off by French out of play, third base side, and the count 0-1. Smaldino, that is his team leading 44th RBI of the year. He's over at first, not a threat to steal, does not have a stolen base attempt this year. It's a 2-hit day for Smaldino as well. 0-1 on the way, runs inside on French for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Walters getting the side from his catcher, Smith. He's ready at the letters, and the right-hander fires the 1-1, fouled off by French to the backstop. And Walters gets ahead in the count, 1-2 against Jacob French. 10-0 Cal, 7th inning. Miami will have to try to extend the game with Cuvée, Dorian Gonzalez Jr., and Tanner Smith. 3, 4, and 5 of the order. Here's the 1-2 from Walters. Rounded foul past the Cal dugout first base side. Cal does have action in the bullpen. A right-hander is getting loose. De La Torre's pitch count right now in the 80s. Right now hoping De La Torre can get him a 7th inning and a win. Walters ready. Another 1-2 on the way. In the dirt, actually got off the foot of Smith. Off the foot of French, past Smith. He'll take his base. So the inning continues after the hit by pitch on a 1-2 count. As the second hit batter by Miami pitching today, both against, third hit batter, two of them against Jacob French.
De La Torre has pitched 6 innings. That's the most he's had this season. That was against NC State.
The inning continues for Carl Schmidt. 1 for 3 with a 2-run single in the fourth. First pitch to Schmidt, and he swings at a pitch in the dirt. 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball, 0-1.
That 6-inning game against NC State was actually a month ago yesterday. It was 4-19.
0-1 on the way to Schmidt. That's in the dirt, and the count evens out to 1-1. 10-0 Cal. Be looking for a little bit more of a cushion here in the 7th inning. Walters just trying to get out of it. Looks back at the runner at second and deals the 1-1. Swing and a miss. At a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, Schmidt falls behind 1-2. French at first, Smaldino at second, Schmidt at the plate. Walters looks in for the sign. Right-hander now set at the letters, looks back at the runner at second, takes a breath, and fires the 1-2. High and tight, ball 2.
It's a real nice haircut. It's not great when you're a batter.
I almost got a piece of Schmidt, almost was back-to-back hit batters. Instead, it's ball 2, evens out the count at 2-2. As Walters is set again and delivers his 2-2. Check Sweeney to go around a pitch in the dirt, and he did. At strike 3. Walters retires the side, but the Golden Bears get their 10th run, 1 run off of 2 hits. And they leave 2 on. We head to the stretch here at Durham Bulls Athletic Park with the score, Cal 10, Miami nothing. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
De La Torre will not come out for the 7th inning as Cal will go to the bullpen with a 10-0 lead. They bring in Ethan Foley, the tall right-hander, comes into the ball game. Ethan Foley standing at 6'3", 220, the sophomore, transferred from Malone College, junior college. And Foley for the season, 5.32 ERA, a 3-3 record, 45 2/3 innings, has allowed 34 runs, 27 of those earned. 53 hits, walking 13, striking out 52. And it'll be up to Foley to try and get these 3 outs before the Hurricanes can score their first run. Otherwise, the game would be over, as the run rule is in effect here at the bottom of the 7th inning, with Cal scoring their 10th run the top half.
You have to tip your cap to Oliver De La Torre. He pitched 6 innings, which is ties his season high as he got through 6 against NC State at home. He had 7 strikeouts, which is 1 less than his season high. He had 8 strikeouts against Clemson. So he's pitched incredibly well against 2 teams that are close to hosting maybe a 2 seed in regionals. And he's doing it now against Miami when it's win or go home.
Turns things over to Ethan Foley with Cuvée, Gonzalez Jr. and Smith 2 up. First pitch on the way is outside for a ball. Cuvée checked the swing. It was confirmed by the first base umpire, Thomas Newsom. 1-0 the count. Foley starts his line. And the 1-0 on the way. And Cuvée smacks this one into center field. It drops in for a base hit. So Cuvée aboard with a leadoff single. It's the first time the leadoff batter is on for Miami in the ballgame. That sets up Dorian Gonzalez Jr.
Of the 3 hits, Cuvée has 2. So he's done his part.
And Cuvée had the double in the 4th inning. He'd been the last batter to reach base against De La Torre, who retired 8 in a row after that to close out his 6-inning stint. Here's Dorian Gonzalez, 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Pitch out of the stretch is fouled off, 0-1. Gonzalez, a left-handed hitter, grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th inning. 10-0 Cal at the lead here in the 7th. Runner at first is Cuvée. He is a threat to steal 6 of 7 and stolen base attempts this year. 0-1 on the way in the dirt. Got to count even at a ball and a strike. Middle infielders a double play depth, hoping to turn 2. Get Miami down to their final out. Cuvée at first. Now 2 for 3 on the day. Foley set, 1-1 out of the stretch. Swing and a miss. Had a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2. Outfield playing straight away against the lefty, hitting Dorian Gonzalez Jr. 264 hitter at the dish. Foley set at the belt. His 1-2, a swing and a miss. Struck him out with a breaking ball. Went back-to-back on the breaking ball. And Gonzalez couldn't touch either. He strikes out. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Tanner Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. Grounded out the 3rd and the 2nd. And lined out to the center fielder to end the 4th. Runner at first is Cuvée. 10-0. Cal at the lead, bottom 7. Miami has to score for this game to continue. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Now Foley set. 1-0 from the stretch. Is in there for a strike. Off speed at 83 miles an hour on the inner half, 1-1. Center fielder Kadama shaded slightly towards left center, playing the righty Smith to pull. Foley's 1-1. And this one's driven in the air, left field. Schmidt backing up. They're going to watch up at the top of the wall, and that escapes over the Blue Monster for a 2-run homer. Tanner Smith just got enough of that to clear it over the Blue Monster just above that white line and keep the Hurricanes alive as Tanner Smith rounds the bases with his 4th home run of the season to make it 10-2. A handy breaking ball over the plate. Smith got all of that one to clear the Blue Monster in left field.
It takes a lot to get a baseball up near Tobacco Road. Great restaurant right here at center field. And you're right. Smith got all of it.
Ethan Taveras will be the pinch hitter here for Bobby Marsh, and he takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner across the knees, 0-1. Taveras now batting in the 6th spot, swings through an 0-1 pitch. Strike 2, 0-2. So 10-2, the game will go into an 8th inning. Taveras at the plate batting just 149 this year. That is 10 of 67. For the freshman from Fort Myers. 2-strike pitch on the way. And he got him looking on the outside corner. An 86-mile-an-hour pitch across the knees. A little bit too outside for Taveras' liking as he shakes his head going back to the third base dugout as Miami's second out. Now here's Renzo Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd and then a fly ball out to left field in the 5th. First pitch from Foley, a swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Foley. Hasn't gone to that too much in the 7th inning, 0-1. Foley starts his line, 1-strike pitch. Fouled off by Renzo Gonzalez for strike 2. Gonzalez, a .231 hitter at the plate entering the day. His average now down to .226. Wind to the 2-strike pitch from Foley. In the dirt, ball 1-1-2. 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond against the lefty hitting Gonzalez. Now the wind and the 1-2. Up high, ball 2. And the count evens out to 2-2. Foley trying to work quickly here. Gets his sign, kicks and fires the 2-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Got him on an off-speed pitch at 86 miles an hour to retire the side. Gets 3 strikeouts in that inning, but gives up a pair of base hits, including the 2-run homer to Tanner Smith. 2 runs, 2 hits, no one left on. We head to the 8th. Cal 10, Miami 2. This is the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports. And we've got you covered on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. There's complete coverage of every major conference, plus live games and 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now and see offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 25.
From foul pole to foul pole, listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
We go to the 8th inning, and Jackson Cleveland becomes the 7th pitcher for Miami. Cleveland replaces Brian Walters, who tossed the 7th inning, allowing a run off 2 hits, walking 1, striking out 1. Cleveland, 6-foot right-hander, comes from Deer Park, Texas, transfer from Lamar University. And this is his 16th appearance out of the pen, a 4.42 ERA. In 18 of the 3rd innings, Jackson Cleveland has allowed 9 runs, all those earned off 11 hits, walking 9, striking out 21. A game that has continued thanks to the 2-run homer by his battery mate, Tanner Smith, who had one clear over the Blue Monster in left field. Give Miami their first runs of the game. There's still a lot of work to do. If anything, it's going to make Cal think about who to toss out there for the 8th and 9th innings. They potentially continue on in the tournament. Max Handren will lead things off. First pitch to the lefty batter is fouled off 0-1. Handren, Campbell, and Burge due up for the Bears here in the 8th inning. Handren 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored in the ball game. Wind to the 0-1 from Cleveland. This one's grounded. It is a shift on the right side of the diamond, fielded by Gonzalez Jr. on row throws to Renzo Gonzalez at first. And there's the first out of the 8th inning.
Third baseman, number 2.
Brings up Cade Campbell. Campbell 1 for 3. Single, walk, and 2 runs scored. Also popped out twice in the infield. Cleveland working on the right side of the diamond. Starts his wind, and the first pitch on the way to the righty batter is a breaking ball that misses outside, 1-0. 10-2, Cal at the lead here in the 8th inning. Winner of this game will take on Wake Forest in the first game of the day tomorrow. Cleveland with the wind and the 1-0 on the way. Runs inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Arnold shift here against the righty hitting Campbell. 2-0 on the way, and he fouls it off the end of the bat, 2-1. Both Miami and Calvin very aggressive with their shifts, particularly against left-handed batters. You see 3 on the right side of the diamond more often than not in this ball game. defensive shift that would be illegal at the major league level. Here's the 2-1 on the way from Cleveland. It's grounded foul. So it bounces towards the Miami bullpen, and it's Bill bucknered by one of the pitchers trying to field it, went right between his legs. 2-2 the count. Wyatt in the 2-2 from Cleveland. In the dirt, ball 3. Count runs full, 3-2. Cleveland gets himself settled on the mound, takes a breath, and the right-hander delivers the payoff pitch. Fouled off again, and it's still 3-2 to Cade Campbell.
You won't believe which pitcher it was that had that, we'll call it an error between the legs. It was A.J. Siskar.
Siskar is expected to pitch today, but has not for Miami. Another payoff. This one's grounded up the middle and stopped by a diving Ogden, but it rolls away from the shallow center field. And Campbell is aboard with a one-out single. Good effort by Ogden at short, just out of his reach.
Number 22, Alex Burge.
And Alex Burge will step up. Burge has started the scoring with a 2-run homer early in the morning in the second inning. Since then, he has walked and scored, struck out looking, and has hit a fly ball out to center. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Left-handed hitter will dig in. Campbell with a lead off the first. He stole a base back in the second inning and actually advanced to third as a result of a throwing error. First pitch to Burge is low for a ball. 1-0, and it was after that advancement to third, Alex Burge homer. Each team's catcher has homered in this game so far. Here's the 1-0 from Cleveland, and Burge drives this one to left field. Backing up is Galvin. A look at the top of the Blue Monster, and it clears the Blue Monster for a home run. That one took a bit of a friendly bounce off the top of the wall and over the Blue Monster as Alex Burge, the Golden Bear catcher, responds with a 2-run homer over that same spot that Smith homered just before. And it is 12-2 Miami here in the 8th, or 12-2 Cal over Miami here in the 8th inning.
Have a day, Alex Burge. 2 home runs on the day. It's not his first time doing that, but it is now the most recent.
Travel 392 feet, just over the Blue Monster in left field. Left center field, really. As he goes opposite field, his first 2 homer games since he did it against rival Stanford back in March. So it's 12-2 Cal. And here's Ethan Kadama, left-handed hitter. Cleveland set at the belt, and he'll go from the full line to deliver the pitch to Kadama. Shows bunt, but the pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. About that, the catchers with a couple of 2-run homers over the Blue Monster. Back-to-back innings here at the DBAP. 0-1 the count, and the pitch on the way from Cleveland. That's in there for a called strike at 96 miles an hour on the inside corner, 0-2. Kadama is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. He walked in his last plate appearance in the 7th, singled in a run in the 4th inning. Two-strike pitch on the way in the dirt. That's a ball, 1-2. Cleveland starts his wide. Here's the 1-2 to Kadama. That gets a piece of Kadama in the right arm. He'll take his base. And that is another hit by pitch for Miami. Now the umpires are getting together. Are they saying that Kadama leaned into the pitch? It's possible.
The rule is you don't have to move, but you can't rotate into it. And he did, when he held his bat back, he did move clockwise, so that shoulder could have been reached out a little bit. We've yet to see a replay, but I think it is worth looking over.
We're getting
thought we were getting a replay.
No, they're showing a replay of Mutsaritas chirping at Ogden back in the 7th inning. All right, now we're getting a replay of it. And no, he didn't lean into it. That is,
it just hit him in the glute.
Yep, that's exactly where it hit him. He didn't rotate in towards the ball.
He tried to spin, just looks like he was trying to dodge it.
That's what Kadama's saying to the umpire as we see in the replay. They're going to warn both sides as a result of all this. Yeah, that is another hit batter for Miami pitching. It's the 4th batter that's been hit in the ball game. They've warned both benches. Kadama now aboard on a hit by pitch with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 12-2 Cal with the lead over Miami. It's back to the top of the order for Jared and Vincula. Rounded out to a 6-3 double play in the 7th inning. Cleveland's first pitch is fouled off over the Miami bullpen on the left field side, out of play.
That ball actually landed inside the little cabana out in left.
By the Mezcalito bar out there in left field.
It landed in one of the pots.
Do you win flowers if that happens?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 on the way.
Yeah, hit the bull, you get a steak. Hit the grass, you get a salad. In the pot, happy Valentine's Day.
0-1 pitch is inside for a ball, 1-1. At Vincula, he is 1 for 5. 1-1. This one's grounded towards short as it's fielded by Ogden in front of second. His only play is to first, and as he retires at Vincula there. Dama advances to second.
That previously a sportsmanship warning was delivered to both.
So that'll be out number 2.
Great hand by Ogden there. That ball, he could have let that take a second hop, and he just reached down and grabbed it after that first. It was starting to fall down, and that really shows how great of a player he is, as that short hop almost hit him in the hip, but he squared it up and got the throw off to first. He does have an error in this game, though.
Brings up P.J. Mutsaritas with a runner at second and 2 outs. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. It was actually at Vincula that hit the ball to him that was charged for an error. That seems to be his favorite spot so far. He's gone towards the shortstop 3 times. Mutsaritas, 3 for 5 today. 2 singles, a double, 2 runs batted in. He fouls off the 0-1 pitch. Ball that was in the dirt, 0-2. Winner of this game will face Wake Forest tomorrow. Right now it is Cal by 10, leading 12-2 here in the top of the 8th inning. Cleveland looks in for the sign, looks back at the runner at second. Delivers the 2-strike pitch, up high for a ball, 1-2. Dama the runner at second. Cleveland looks back at the runner. And the 1-2 on the way. Fouled off by Mutsaritas. Again, at 1-2. And Mutsaritas with a 3-hit game. Sophomore from San Jose. Had a 4-hit game earlier this year at St. Mary's. That was back in March. Another 1-2 and a swing and a miss, strike 3. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball, so Mutsaritas is retired, and that'll do it for the Bears here in the 8th inning, but they score 2 runs off of 2 hits, leave one on at second. A 2-run homer by Alex Burge, his second of the day, have given the Bears a 12-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Bears 12 and the Hurricanes 2. You're listening to the ACC Baseball Championship from Learfield.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor.
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
College softball season is in full swing, and we're just the ones to talk about it. Join me, former Stanford Cardinal and award-winning broadcaster Jenna Becerra and Amanda Lorenz every week as we deliver the latest in college softball on the D1 Softball Podcast. We've got all the latest, whether it is in the circle or in the batter's box. We have interviews with coaches, players, and many more. We'll go through the week's top 25 poll and give our insights, as well as our plays, wins, and whiffs of the week. Let us get you in the know on all things college softball. Listen on D1Softball.com and the Varsity Network app.
Peralta, Torres, and Ogden due up for the Hurricanes, 8-9-1 here on the bottom of the 8th inning against Ethan Foley, who gave up a 2-run homer in the 7th to Tanner Smith. Smith able to extend the ball game. Now Miami needing to score a 3rd run to keep this game alive thanks to the 2-run homer in the 8th inning by Cal's Alex Burge. Now has a team-high 12 homers after his 2 round trippers today. A long shot to the top of the seating area in right field in the 2nd inning, and one that just cleared over a blue monster in left center field in the 8th inning. Now here's the pinch hitter for Fabio Peralta, and swinging and missing on the first pitch at the bottom of the 8th inning is Jake Kulikowski. 0-1 the count.
Pitch hitter 24, Kulikowski.
Winding the 0-1 to lefty hitting Kulikowski. Misses upstairs, 1-1. Kulikowski batting all of 182 this year in limited duty. That's 4 of 22. 1-1 on the way, and this one's grounded foul down the first base line, 1-2. Kulikowski, sophomore from Tampa Jesuit, Trinity, Florida. Tampa Jesuit has produced a lot of terrific baseball players, including Pete Alonso. 1-2 on the way. In the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kulikowski, leadoff batter here on the bottom of the 8th inning for Miami, who trail 12-2. Winding the pitch on the way. A swing and a miss, strike 3. 87-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch from Foley for his 4th strikeout. Kulikowski is retired. See the number 9 spot in the lineup come up. Michael Torres will hit for himself, rather. No pinch hitter here. There's out number 1 here at the bottom of the 8th inning. Foley starts his wide, and his first offering to Torres is inside for a ball, 1-0. Torres is 0 for 2, struck out in the 3rd, grounded out to the first baseman in the 6th. Foley starts his wide, and the 1-0 to Torres. And he hits this one in the air towards center field. That drops in for a base hit, as Kadama will gather it. So the Hurricanes with their 5th base hit of the game. A 1-out single for Torres turns it over the top of the order for Jake Ogden. Ogden trying to battle back from an 0 for 3 day. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball out to center field for Ogden, who's also been charged for an error of the ball game, 1 of 2 for Miami. 3 infielders on the left side of the diamond against the righty hitting Ogden. First pitch to him, and he grounds it to 3rd. It's fielded by Campbell. Throws to 2nd, but they get one there. The throw to 1st gets through, and that'll scoop towards foul territory. Ogden thinking about 2. Here's the throw over to 2nd, and they call him safe. So it'll be an E4 on the throwing error that advances Ogden to second. Although I think Cal wants to get this one reviewed because that throw certainly beat Ogden at second base. The only question is whether the tag was applied. It was applied late according to the second base umpire, Brian Miller. We're going to get a look at it right here. That throw beat him. No, that is a good call by the umpire.
The throw beat him, but the tag didn't beat him. The throw was on line on the near side of the bag, and it was just misplayed by Advincula. If he had gone for that tail leg and not the sliding leg, I think he would have had him, but he just missed in between.
Well, there's a 5-4 putout of Torres at second base for out number 2. Ogden aboard on a fielder's choice, advancing to second on the throwing error by the second baseman. And they are going to take a look at the replay, but this will not be overturned. The initial call was safe. He was definitely safe. Again, it was the throw beat him, but the tag was applied late. It was a good slide by Jake Ogden. Well, Miami's actually challenging whether the
runner on second.
Yeah, the runner at second. They're challenging that as not the. No, I don't think he touched the bag at second. And I'm not sure what you do in this situation.
It was a high throw.
Yeah, it was a high throw, and that bag. Yeah. Is there enough to overturn it though? That's the thing.
I mean, he's not on the bag there.
Yeah,
and the ball's in his glove.
That frame, though, I mean, you can't tell. I think this is going to be tough to overturn.
And he's not on the ground yet, and he just kind of hovers over second base.
They have to have conclusive evidence to overturn it and then figure out what to do.
But they're also
this runner here.
They're probably also looking at, does the slide impede the throw to first? Like, do you have a base running interference? They're looking at a lot of things here. I don't want to speculate on it, but
yeah, there are quite a few things to look at it. But Cal is actually challenging the call at second. This is not the safe call at second base challenged by Cal. It's Miami challenging whether the first runner was out at second base. Again, for the replay I saw, it's definitely, it looks like the foot is picked up off the bag, but there is one frame where it appears there might have been a sliver of a cleat that stayed on the second base bag as the ball was going into his glove. If there's any thought as to whether or not that could still be out, that's not enough evidence to overturn it. We're going to look at it frame by frame right now. As the ball goes towards his glove, they're looking, and right there, they just frozen on the angle right there, and it looks like he barely got it, I think. They're blowing it up.
I'm using my cheat sheet beside me. The replay review people are right next door, and theirs is zoomed in more than the TV, and I think he's out. I'm zoomed in here.
Yeah.
There's a left foot on the bag, and the ball is in the mitt. Like, it's in that webbing.
I think at the end, I mean, we're going to find out right now, but I've been wrong before, but I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn it because of how close that is when you go frame by frame. We're about to find out as they've got the headsets off. And they do confirm it's still out. And again, I think it's more so to the fact that there's not enough evidence to overturn it. If that ball, right, say if that foot was even a fraction higher, then it could have been enough to overturn it, but it's too close to tell.
That's why you get to call stands and not call confirmed. That's the age old. But we do have a runner on second. Miami's not done yet.
We got Max Galvin coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts and a fly ball out to center field. And it's 12-2 Cal, bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and a runner at second. First pitch to Galvin, misses inside, 1-0. And the Golden Bears looking to secure this final out to help save the bullpen for a potential game against Wake Forest tomorrow. 1-0 out of the stretch is in the dirt for ball 2, 2-0. And you want to get Galvin out here. Galvin's not a bad hitter, but Daniel Cuvée, who's right behind him, is much more dangerous. 2-0 the count. Foley set at the belt, delivers the pitch. That's low for ball 3, 3-0. And he looks a little bit out of rhythm after that lengthy video review. Lazaro Calera warming up in the bullpen for Miami, should there be a ninth inning. 3-0. There's a strike on the outer half, 3-1. 92 miles an hour. There's 3 on the right side of the diamond against the lefty hitting Galvin. Foley set, looks back at second, delivers the 3-1. Galvin pops it up. Towards foul territory, third base side. Campbell has a look, goes back into fair territory, makes the grab, and Cal secures a run rule victory over Miami as the 16th seed travels cross country to have our first surprise of the week here in Durham. The Cal Bears in their ACC tournament debut with a 12-2 run rule victory over Miami, and they'll take on the Demon Deacons tomorrow in Durham.
What a job by Cal. So come in, you play your regular season finale series all the way in Berkeley. You travel across the country and you beat one of the hottest teams in the ACC in the first day.
Well, the Bears able to hold on to keep Miami from scoring their third run and prevent a ninth inning. In that final eighth inning for Miami, no runs, a hit, an error, and 1 left on. And here's the final line score for Cal. 12 runs, 13 hits, an error, 11 left on base. Miami, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 3 left on base. The win will go to Oliver De La Torre. He improves to 3-4. Griffin Hughes will take the loss. He falls to 5-7. The Hurricanes capture, or I should say the Golden Bears capture a win against the Hurricanes. And what I meant to say is that the Hurricanes' woes here in the ACC tournament continue. They have not won an ACC tournament since 2008. And that drought is going to continue for the Miami Hurricanes as it comes at the hands of the Cal Golden Bears, who eliminate them after just 1 game. Miami will head home, and Cal will get another stay. They traveled 2,000 miles, might as well make a little bit of a longer stay out of it, but they're going to have their hands full tomorrow with a Wake Forest offense that can occasionally put up big, crooked numbers on the scoreboard. They did that on a couple occasions over the weekend against Louisville. We'll have that game tomorrow. We will have our next game coming up, as this game just about ended on time. So I'm going to say we're going to be good for a 12:55 airtime for our second game of the day between Virginia Tech and Stanford. The winner of that game will take on Clemson. For my partner, Zach Burhans, my name is Paul Roper. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back for game number 2 at approximately 12:55, unless there's a slight delay. But you can take a look at the X account of ACC Baseball, at ACC Baseball, for an updated start time if it happens, but we presume that they're going to be good for a 1:02 first pitch and a 12:55 airtime here on Sirius XM ACC Radio. Thanks for tuning in as Cal in their ACC tournament debut wins it 12-2 over Miami in 8 innings.
Take care. Good seeing you again.
I'll straighten this out right now. We make sure that they done? Yes. All right, we'll plug in. Congratulations, Jared. Good friend. Look at Dad. Oh, yeah. Mitch Spears. I run for California. Oh, I'll wind it up. We'll tangle together. Okay. Issues in the booth? We're done. Food's up there.
As in upstairs?
In the press box, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right, the big room.
Cool.
You want to tell everybody else how?
All right.
We all obviously, I don't know where we're at, dude. We'll see. Once we're going, our 26 go through admissions. Once we find out who gets in and who doesn't, then we'll figure it out. Right? And then shit, you never know what's gonna happen. And then you're running back to the ball game again. It sucks. We always say that. You do it. You should, and then all of a sudden you get a kid and say, you don't want to be here, you don't want to be here. It sucks. I mean, I absolutely hate it. Hey, you played with Marquinhos.
Yeah. Like one of my best friends.
I played with him at college. Yeah.
You played Bud?
Yeah. But yeah, I actually got kicked out of school. When he was in junior, I was something. No, he didn't. He's fine. We were fine. Like he just, he just shut up. Never. And he just like, he's just a weird guy. And I mean, he's always been good to me for the most part, but it's like, yeah. He doesn't change. That's why he doesn't have a job. Well, dude, he's like security. I mean, what is he like? Fucking like 6 months away from being 10 years old. Or he won't take a minor league job. Yeah, that was his own mind. Oh yeah, he was a year older than me, and Devo was a year younger than me. And then Matt Leonard was 2 years older. So Lenny and Devo, like I was a junior and sophomore, and I picked up the house. I lived in the park. I moved to the park. I got drafted. I just replaced. Did you go drafted in 08?
Kurt!
Maybe the. I remember watching.
What's up, dude? Yep. You too. Outside. Keep going. Plugging away.
Stay here for you can. All right, Brett. See you, Brett.
Indeed.
Oh, it's nice.
We'll start reading.
Right now, we're right now.
That's another good one. What's up, baby? Yeah, I'll take a peek at him. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I got some 6 minutes. What you doing?